say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 still go, 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 slow, you can still go, go, no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. You cannot stop me, I'ma make it to the top spicy. Call a covenant, not cocky. You cannot break me, this world's mine for the taking. Got an itch, man, I'm making. I'll keep my head down and grind and be patient. I'll take a stab at the top and the sailing. They can all try, but you cannot contain it. Cause I see the things that I want and I take on my goal. Push myself to the brink, no limit. Do what it takes to be free, committed. I'm a little obsessed with things, I'll admit it. But that's what it takes to get a freedom ticket. Got a killer instinct and it's just the beginning. Breaking down walls and the hurt start thinning. And the more you push it, the fast start trimming. Till you're the only one standing up straight, winning all.
No, we never sit still. It's time to stand up, time to take the red pill. To make this our world, gonna die on this hill. Be ready to fight and be ready to kill. We never give up, no, we never sit still. It's time to stand up, time to take the red pill. To make this our world, gonna die on this hill. Be ready to fight and be ready to kill.
You just gotta wanna keep chasing. Put you everything you're facing. Keep up with the pacing. Adrenaline rush starts racing. Get through all the things you hate in. Don't let the others in charge of your dreams. They just don't know what it takes to be seen. You see the ship take control of your team. And if you're alone, then a one-man army. So you better be starving. And you better be carving. Through the hate, keep marching. And every day keep charging ahead till you get what you want, what you dream. Regret is a thing of the past and you'll see that you've always had it inside is the key to make the most of this life believe.
No, we never sit still. It's time to stand up, time to take the red pill. To make this our world, gonna die on this hill. Be ready to fight and be ready to kill. We never give up, no, we never sit still. It's time to stand up, time to take the red pill. To make this our world, gonna die on this hill. Be ready to fight and be ready to kill.
Your will lies deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that
let's go.
Thoughts can keep you down, pushing deep until you drown, or they can keep you up strong, focused on the now. Glass half full, or has it been emptied out? Well, that's all up to you and your mind. Do you doubt anything, everything, not a thing? Make my thoughts work for me, manifest what I need, what I want, what I see. I could be anything, I attract all the things that I see. I believe I'll achieve as I breathe in and out again and again. I don't doubt, I sit and I plan, and I found out that I can execute if I'm driven, if I listen, if I learn all the wisdom. Read some books, something written, watch the best, teach a system I invest. Never hidden, I ain't scared, ain't no chicken, I take dares. I'll be winning, you get back what you're giving. Find the reason that you're living, what you're good at, all your gifts and what you love. Take a risk and find out what you've been missing. Yeah,
The will lies deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose. The will lies deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose.
Purpose is better than any drug you could ever think. If you know why you're doing something, that's all you need. I wake up ready for the day because I believe in everything that I'm doing, like it was meant to be. I get fixated and captivated on learning things. Don't hesitate to ask questions, the answer that I need. It's out there somewhere, I swear I can find the recipe. By testing, learning, and turning into a better me.
It lies deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose. It lies deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose.
I got all the voters. I swear to God, I've been at it for a minute. Climbing to the top, and this music was my ticket. Found a way to grind, turn a passion to a business. No limit, I'ma get it, having millions as a witness. I'm addicted to winning, living up every single day. I'll be fighting and building up in a million different ways. I don't think I can stop, I think I need the chase. I love the race, and I'm running till I'm first place. Long nights, long flights, I'ma make it big. Big dreams, big sights since I was a kid. Doing things that I like, let the pieces fit. I like the pain, feel alive when I'm under it. I could change, adapt, do what I need to. All these obstacles, they looking see-through. Don't let the anger out, just let it feed you. I'll see you at the top, just let me teach you.
Yeah, I'ma be a high roller, move forward in the battle like soldier, in the game like closer. I'll be at the top of the chain, straight owner. Yeah, I got a different motor, I don't need any help, I'm a loner. You'll be seeing my name on posters, you could call me POTUS, I got all the voters.
They be like, really, you got a milli from doing something silly? I'm like, chilly, I've been killing for decades now, Billy. Well, maybe like several years, but who's counting really? I just know how to turn something silly into a milli. Got a lot to say, and a lot need to hear it. You don't quit today, we don't stop, no, we feel it to the top. Yeah, we change our whole world, yeah, we steer it. Getting lost in the things that make us all worth hearing on. I'm the first one to turn up, learn stuff, but mostly I'm just in the lab getting work done. Cause the bills on the first, they still worth some. I never forget being broke, man, it hurts, son. But not as bad as not having any purpose. I took stabs, this and that, and it's working. But I still grind every day for that thirst. It's a curse being first, yeah, still gotta get my work done.
Yeah, I'ma be a high roller, move forward in the battle like soldier. In the game like closer, I'll be at the top of the chain, straight owner. Yeah, I got a different motor, I don't need any help, I'm a loner. You'll be seeing my name on posters, you could call me POTUS, I got all the voters.
Yeah, let's go. New year, new me, turn it up a new degree. I'm gonna make it to the top if it's the last thing I see. Work hard every day, work hard, then we play. I'll be doing everything in my own damn way. Ain't nobody tell me shit, I'm on top of it. Writing hits that make other people feel like writing hits. We gon' get every little goal that we wanna get. Never quit, we don't even know what it means to quit. Write it down, what you want, what you need, what you see. Everything that you wanna be, put it out in the world, that's your destiny. In your mind, what you need is that believe. I'm gonna make it to the top, cause I never stop. My own switch doesn't have enough. I think it's broken, I think it's lost. I guess that's why I never take a loss.
New year, new me, no fear, just be everything you wanna be. Write it down, what you see, don't give up, just believe, and you will succeed. Put the hours in, and you're bound to win. New year, new me, no fear, just be everything you wanna be. Write it down, what you see, don't give up, just believe, and you will succeed. Put the hours in, and you're bound to win.
Make a deal with yourself that you'll get after it. Find something that you love, call it passionate. Or find some passion and leaving behind adequate. Your journey starts now, time to make it happen then. You could be great, have it your way. Served up like some room service on a nice plate. The high life is only hours a day away from making a change to the life that you chase. New year, new you, new day. Go prove to yourself you could do anything you wanna do. When you set your mind to something big that you choose, break it down to the root, chip away, gotta move. Push past all your limitations. Right now consider this an invitation. Make your worth go up like inflation, and start chasing your dreams, stop waiting.
New year, new me, no fear, just be everything you wanna be. Write it down, what you see, don't give up, just believe, and you will succeed. Put the hours in, and you're bound to win. New year, new me, no fear, just be everything you wanna be. Write it down, what you see, don't give up, just believe, and you will succeed. Put the hours in, and you're bound to win.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yeah, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 still go, 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 slow, you can still go, 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 still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. You cannot stop me, I'ma make it to the top spicy. Call it covenant, not cocky. You cannot break me, this world's mine for the taking. Got an inch, man, I'm making. Oh, I'll keep my head down and grind and be patient. I'll take a stab at the top and the sailing. They can all try, but you cannot contain it. Cause I see the things that I want and I take on my goal. Push myself to the brink, no limit. Do what it takes to be free, committed. I'm a little obsessed with things, I'll admit it. But that's what it takes to get a freedom ticket. Got a killer instinct and it's just the beginning. Breaking down walls and the hurt start thinning. And the more you push it, the fast start trimming. Till you're the only one standing up straight, winning all.
No, we never sit still. It's time to stand up, time to take the red pill. To make this our world, gonna die on this hill. Be ready to fight and be ready to kill. We never give up, no, we never sit still. It's time to stand up, time to take the red pill. To make this our world, gonna die on this hill. Be ready to fight and be ready to kill.
You just gotta wanna keep chasing. Put you everything you're facing. Keep up with the pacing. Adrenaline rush starts racing. Get through all the things you hate in. Don't let the others in charge of your dreams. They just don't know what it takes to be seen. You see the ship take control of your team. And if you're alone, then a one-man army. So you better be starving. And you better be carving. Through the hate, keep marching. And every day keep charging ahead till you get what you want, what you dream. Regret is a thing of the past and you'll see that you always had it inside is the key to make the most of this life believe.
No, we never sit still. It's time to stand up, time to take the red pill. To make this our world, gonna die on this hill. Be ready to fight and be ready to kill. We never give up, no, we never sit still. It's time to stand up, time to take the red pill. To make this our world, gonna die on this hill. Be ready to fight and be ready to kill.
Your will lies deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose.
let's go.
Thoughts can keep you down, pushing deep until you drown, or they can keep you up strong, focused on the now. Glass half full, or has it been emptied out? Well, that's all up to you and your mind. Do you doubt anything, everything, not a thing? Make my thoughts work for me, manifest what I need, what I want, what I see. I could be anything, I attract all the things that I see. I believe I'll achieve as I breathe in and out again and again. I don't doubt, I sit and I plan, and I found out that I can execute if I'm driven, if I listen, if I learn all the wisdom. Read some books, something written, watch the best, teach a system I invest. Never hidden, I ain't scared, ain't no chicken, I take dares. I'll be winning, you get back what you're giving. Find the reason that you're living, what you're good at, all your gifts and what you love. Take a risk and find out what you've been missing, yeah.
Will lies deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose. Will lies deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose.
Purpose is better than any drug you could ever think. If you know why you're doing something, that's all you need. I wake up ready for the day because I believe in everything that I'm doing, like it was meant to be. I get fixated and captivated on learning things. Don't hesitate to ask questions, the answer that I need. It's out there somewhere, I swear I can find the recipe. By testing, learning, and turning into a better me.
Will lies deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose. Will lies deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose.
I got all the voters. I swear to God, I've been at it for a minute. Climbing to the top, and this music was my ticket. Found a way to grind, turn a passion to a business. No limit, I'ma get it, having millions as a witness. I'm addicted to winning, living up every single day. I'll be fighting and building up in a million different ways. I don't think I can stop, I think I need the chase. I love the race, and I'm running till I'm first place. Long nights, long flights, I'ma make it big. Big dreams, big sights since I was a kid. Doing things that I like, let the pieces fit. I like the pain, feel alive when I'm under it. I could change, adapt, do what I need to. All these obstacles, they looking see-through. Don't let the anger out, just let it feed you. I'll see you at the top, just let me teach you.
Yeah, I'ma be a high roller, move forward in the battle like soldier, in the game like closer. I'll be at the top of the chain, straight owner. Yeah, I got a different motor, I don't need any help, I'm a loner. You'll be seeing my name on posters, you could call me POTUS, I got all the voters.
They be like, really, you got a milli from doing something silly? I'm like, chilly, I've been killing for decades now, Billy. Well, maybe like several years, but who's counting really? I just know how to turn something silly into a milli. Got a lot to say, and a lot need to hear it. You don't quit today, we don't stop, no, we feel it to the top. Yeah, we change our whole world, yeah, we steer it. Getting lost in the things that make us all worth hearing on. I'm the first one wanna turn up, learn stuff, but mostly I'm just in the lab getting work done. Cause the bills on the first, they still worth some. I never forget being broke, man, it hurts, son. But not as bad as not having any purpose. I took stabs, this and that, and it's working. But I still grind every day for that thirst. It's a curse being first, yeah, still gotta get my work done.
Yeah, I'ma be a high roller, move forward in the battle like soldier, in the game like closer. I'll be at the top of the chain, straight owner. Yeah, I got a different motor, I don't need any help, I'm a loner. You'll be seeing my name on posters, you could call me POTUS, I got all the voters.
Yeah, let's go. New year, new me, turn it up a new degree. I'm gonna make it to the top if it's the last thing I see. Work hard every day, work hard, then we play. I'll be doing everything in my own damn way. Ain't nobody tell me shit, I'm on top of it. Writing hits that make other people feel like writing hits. We gon' get every little goal that we wanna get. Never quit, we don't even know what it means to quit. Write it down, what you want, what you need, what you see. Everything that you wanna be, put it out in the world, that's your destiny. In your mind, what you need is that believe. I'm gonna make it to the top, cause I never stop. My own switch doesn't have enough. I think it's broken, I think it's lost. I guess that's why I never take a loss.
New year, new me, no fear, just be everything you wanna be. Write it down, what you see, don't give up, just believe, and you will succeed. Put the hours in, and you're bound to win. New year, new me, no fear, just be everything you wanna be. Write it down, what you see, don't give up, just believe, and you will succeed. Put the hours in, and you're bound to win.
Make a deal with yourself.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the Plausible Gaming Counter-Strike 2 Community Tournament. I'm Nari Mizuki, I'm going to be one of your casters for today, and I am joined by Hora, and this is going to be a really great day of Counter-Strike because it is our grand finals. How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing really good, and well, yeah, it's exactly as you said. This is going to be really exciting because we have now finally reached the final stage of PlausibleGaming Season 2 of Counter-Strike, and yeah, I'm really excited, although we've had some little changes in the teams we're going to be playing today, as MIS Esports was a little busy and doing some other stuff, so we've actually had a few changes. Unnamed projects still there, but now Unnamed are actually going to be going up against Taika, who did have a bit of a, unlucky run yet. But still, now this is the team. These are the teams that are going to be battling it out today. Unnamed Project, they've been having a really nice run so far. We've seen them do great stuff. Taika too, but hey, they lost yesterday. But still, somehow, they were like, hey, we're down to play if MIS is not showing up today. So yeah, this is what we have on our hands today now.
Yeah, and bearing in mind, Taika were our runner-ups in Season 1. So, I think for them, it's a really great opportunity to get another run at the crown, to try and take that first place spot. And while they did have a run of misfortune yesterday, their games were unbelievably close. It was actually Unnamed Project versus the Tryhards, where that first map was just a total blowout. But the other 3 maps that we had over the course of yesterday were all incredibly close barn burner maps. So our grand final, I don't expect it to be any different. And for those of you that aren't aware, this is a best of 5 today. So quite a few opportunities here for our teams to come out on top of that one. And if you've just joined us, maybe you found us while browsing through Twitch, maybe somebody recommended it, and you've just kind of stumbled upon the stream and you're not entirely sure what's going on. Well, let me explain to you so that you can understand fully the beauty of this community. The Plausible Gaming community is a non-toxic, incredibly supportive community of gamers currently involved in PUBG and Counter-Strike, but looking to branch out into some other games as well. They've got an LFG app that you can use to find groups, to find teams to play with, or, if you just want to play your Premier games, or if you want to play your Phaser games, or if you, are aspiring to something more, if you want to find yourself in some of those those bigger tournaments on that path to pro, this is the perfect place to do that. So please come around, join our Discord. It is a Discord focused community. You want to keep everybody in one place, and this community has chosen Discord. It is the platform of gamers. So come on down, join the Discord, come hang out, find some friends, and get yourselves onto that path to pro.
Definitely long gone are the days of TeamSpeak and Ventrilo. We are now in the era of
Ventrilo,
Discord.
jeez.
Oh, Ventrilo, yeah, that used to be something. But yeah,
Throwback.
now we are in the era of Discord, and that is where PlausibleGaming has decided to, make itself home. And so do join the Discord, and yeah, just check around things, how you like it, and just use their LFG bot, everything. And yeah, it is definitely a nice place, so do check it out. Other than that, once again, the teams that we do have on our hand today, Takeo, Unnamed Project, as Sam said, that it's going to be a BO5 yesterday, and today, as yesterday wasn't a BO5, and that is the reason we had so many close games. And if it was a BO5, we could have seen things go differently, right? But now, Takeo having a rerun in this tournament could definitely show us a entirely different picture today, They weren't really having, the luckiest run at the start of the games. And, since it was a BO3, it just ended a bit too early for them. But today, they have the opportunity to show us a different picture. And they're up against Unnamed Project, who have been having just simply an insane run. Yesterday, they were just completely dominating, right? And today, we do expect the same performance for these guys as well. We just really know that these guys are heavy fraggers. They don't let you go. They just don't let you go. It's simply they're just looking for fights. They're just opening up sites so fast. We've seen Takeo and other teams just go for a little bit more passive approach. Even MIS, who's not present today, they were still playing a lot passively. But no, not Unnamed Project. These guys are just open fire everything. So yeah, I'm really excited to see what kind of games that we're going to be seeing when a team like Takeo goes up against Unnamed Project. Just two completely different play styles. So yeah, it's definitely going to be something worth seeing that how these two teams come together. So yeah, we're going to be seeing that today.
And really looking forward to seeing what our battlegrounds will be. We've got our veto coming up very, very shortly. And again, because it is a means that we've got a lot of maps to play through, and it all comes down to these two bans that we've got to get through first, and that will determine, of course, where we're going to be headed. I'm curious to see if wow, Unnamed Project banning out that Inferno right off the bat. Okay, fair enough. You don't want to head off in that direction. I feel like they could have gotten a lot of value on that map. I think that it could have worked really well for them, but sometimes you gotta change things up a little bit and get a bit more creative with your map pool. So they banned it yesterday, they're going to ban it again today. Fair enough. Now the first map we head to is going to be Dust 2 with the nuke ban coming through, and I'm very curious to see if Ancient is going to be allowed through the veto, because that was the map that Unnamed Project absolutely decimated tryhards on.
Definitely is the case, but I am just going to re-emphasize that we have Dust 2 to kick things off today, and I'm actually excited because we don't usually get to see a lot of Dust 2 being played these days. And yeah, it's just something that's going to be really exciting to see to be played today. And after that, of course, it's going to be on Mirage, the staple of Counter-Strike right now, and we are going to see how these two teams, well, I actually have not seen both of these teams play on Mirage either, so it's going to be interesting to see at least Takeo's take on Mirage. But other than that, we are going to be back once again on Ancient, and well, since it is a BO5 today, we are going to be having two more maps after that as well, which the fourth one, which is going to be Anubis, which is an interesting pick as well. What do you think about, what are your thoughts about Anubis for now, Sam?
I love Anubis, just in general. I think it's such a great map overall. I think the one issue that we might have is that it was already T-sided to begin with, and now with the entirety of CS2 kind of leaning into a T-sided meta in general, they could make things a little bit too lopsided. It's becoming like the nuke the T side nuke,
Yeah.
right? So it can be a bit difficult to navigate. But there you go. We have our 5 maps, and I'm a bit sad the train only came all the way at the end for our 5th map. It means that it's very unlikely that we're going to get there. I mean, I say that, right? With how these
Yeah.
teams were playing yesterday, there's every possibility that we could go all the way to 5 maps, 3 overtimes, just, get all of the Counter-Strike we can possibly squeeze into the little bit of time that we have this evening. But I'm looking forward to it. And of course, we, as mentioned, we're going to kick things off over on Dust 2. And what I like is, we did mention this a little bit yesterday, Inferno being taken out is an interesting one. It's one of those Fragger's Paradise maps. It's a map that teams that are slightly more puggy can get a lot of good results on. So it's always a bit of a weird one for me when I see it getting banned out. But you've got your Dust 2 in there. You've got your Mirage in there. Like, you've got a lot of good frag maps. Nuke's been taken out, so you've taken that technical map kind of off the board. Unfortunately, with the best of 5, you only get those 2 bans. So you have to play through so many different types of map. But the one that matters right now is this first one. Welcome everybody once again to the grand final of Plausible Gaming Counter-Strike Season 2. We kick things off here on Dust 2, Takeover versus Unnamed Project.
Dust 2 it is, an unnamed project. Early on, leaning towards the B side. No presences over A side. They want to start things off at B side, and there we go. Contact made. Dooley's out. Early kill has been found, but that's not going to be stopping unnamed project from not entering side. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Pig's being found, and the bomb's probably gonna go down, but there's already some guy up close in window, and he's not being let in. Think down, Lyron over aggressing. There we go, shut down early on. Prodigy now. Look at his HP, just 1 point. Not enough to keep him alive. And yeah, this is pretty much unnamed project taking it with them for the pistol round. Pretty textbook B-side round. They just, not really stopping, getting the pigs that they need, getting the bomb down, and then holding down the site. So yeah, we are as we started to talk about it. We are on Dust 2, and this is as plain as Counter-Strike gets. This is the map that is the simplest. It's been here for ages, only with the very few changes made over like 2 decades. So yeah, it's just all of the stuff that you're gonna be doing on this map is just it's been here for ages. So yeah, we're gonna be seeing a lot of long takes today. We're gonna be seeing a lot of B-side takes. It's just gonna be all the staple stuff. So it really just comes down to whichever team just executes it to complete perfection. And one more very small thing that I noticed is that we're actually not us, well, Takeo actually swapped out one of their players. So I'm kind of trying to remember which one is missing, because we have Eagle Scrabble back. Our team mod, Prodigy and Inkwell are there. Which one's missing? Is it Woozy?
There was Hope and Siren.
Oh,
Hope and Siren were on the team.
Yeah, that's the guy who they swapped him for. But yeah, there you go. Takeo.
There you go.
We're gonna see if Smoke here is gonna be able to do better than Hope, but yeah, we'll see.
And we got a moment to figure that out and see how it's gonna go. I will say, I mean, that previous pistol round, B site, very difficult to retake at the best of times. I believe, I stand under correction, but I believe that it's the most difficult site to retake.
It is,
if
yeah.
not, top 3. Yeah.
So
for sure. Incredibly hard to actually get those results on, and you already 4 versus 3. If you're unnamed project at that point, bomb's already down. Okay, pistol round, you've got to actually go for it, but it was always going to be difficult regardless. So it kind of goes how you expect it to. Now, however, we move into this next round. Unnamed project going to be feeling really good because bomb down, round 1, like you've got everything you could possibly ask for. They've bought into the scout now as well, so very early getting one of those sniper rifles onto the board. The interesting thing here is how Takeo have decided to force up. They forced into a scout of their own, so probably going to be looking to take this battle down mid, but nothing to be seen just yet. Instead, it is a full 5-person rush down long, and there's nobody home.
There's nobody home indeed, but the first line of defense is going to be Inkwell. Never mind. Scouts here is going to be firing a shot and just bailing away. Fighting from side, but yeah, I don't think they're going to be able to keep it down much longer since Lyron is just there. Yeah, that's all you can really do with a P250 and a scout. not alive for much longer. Evil Scrambler RT mod just alive for the exits. They do have a deagle, so we might see some headshots coming through. But for now, it's just Project probably taking away the second round as well. So, well, a good start for these guys, but Taiko are gonna have enough money for the next, probably, except for the scout guy. A bit of a weird buy coming in from these guys, because some of them just ecoed with P250s and RT mods that decided to go with a scout. Might be, you know, trying to get some value out of it, but hey, didn't really happen. So, well, MP9s it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's a high risk, high reward buy.
Yeah,
if it does work out, then, you know, you're sitting pretty. You've reset the economy. You've got tons of cash to work with. So I don't judge it too heavily. I think that, you know, given that it's Taiko and they have a lot of confidence, they thought that they could make that one work. Unfortunately, they were too split. And in a round like that, you might want to be going for a gamble. This time, again, Unnamed Project going for the straight pushed in towards long. Unfortunately, it's trading back and forth here. Down to 2 versus 2. Taiko, right place, right time, but not enough bodies. They've done enough to slow things down. Now they have to confirm the round.
Definitely do. 2 versus 2 situation created, and both of the projects are down 50 HP, so definitely doable. There is the difference of the guns. They do have MP9s and AK-47s, but I don't really think that's going to be stopping Taiko from taking this round with them. No rotations to be seen from either side of the teams, really. Taiko a bit of a reposition, trying to see if they're just coming through short. RT mod has also fallen back towards CT, but they are still pretty much focused on towards A side. Taiko splitting apart now. While Unnamed Project, that smoke is going to be the giveaway. And also is going to be giving these guys the crossing. But RT Mod, look at him, he's deciding to push the smoke. Time now, but it's being held perfectly by H2IF. He's going to be finding the kill, converting it into a 1v2, MP9 in hand. The new kid on the block, who just joined Taiko today, is now in the battle. Bombs down, shots landed. Doesn't have a kid, he needs to be quick about this. But he also needs to be really careful. The angles, elevator guy down, and there we go, perfectly done. Site taken down too, and the bomb is gonna be defused, I believe.
Yeah, timing very, very close there, but I must admit, Unnamed Project, it feels like they get...
Oh, see, that's why I was so concerned.
Holy.
It was close. I was like,
it was very close.
Does he have it? I don't know.
Yeah, I thought he did, but there's that moment of uncertainty of like, but he did do it. I must admit, I think that for Unnamed Project there, they get a little bit over eager, pushing out unnecessarily. And they kind of give ones away. And okay, maybe they've never played against this guy before. Maybe they're not aware of how good he is. And unfortunately for them, it's a great clutch from him. That was a round that I think Unnamed Project will be devastated to have lost. But that's okay, they keep trying. And this predicted nade stack is so good, but it's not good enough. Taiko off the back of winning one round now, down to only 2 players.
Good return fire there on long. 3 CTs taken down. Taiko. A lot of damage has been dealt to them, and that is going to be, well, Project Science just move into site and get the bomb down, with having only lost 1 player. Prodigy for a reposition, going back to a short. They are probably very likely not going to go for a retake this time around, but yeah, just getting those exits. I mean, hey, these long takes so far have been working out for Unnamed Project, right? They have been, but it's really still a 50-50 gamble for both their teams, and this time around, even though Taiko, they pretty much like sent 3 people long, they still weren't able to fight it out. That initial nade was really good. It was able to do a lot of damage, but you know, they weren't exactly able to land their shots, and yeah, this is completely, entirely lost long, and also lost a lot of man advantage, which pretty much defines for this round. So yeah, it's now just the exit frags while Inkel tries to run away, but he's gonna be caught. That just leaves Prodigy alive. So yeah, 3rd round for Unnamed Project. Doing pretty well on towards the A side and getting those long takes. So yeah, so far it has been serving them well, but Taiko, do they have anything to say about it?
The extra bit of economic damage is always something that you will be happy with, but we're at a point now where it's starting to become less of a game changer, so to speak. I think what I really want to see Taiko do here, I appreciated the attempt previously, right? They throw a nade stack, they're expecting that rush, so they're hoping that a couple of nades thrown out will get them an early pick, and then they can pivot off of that. But unfortunately, they don't land them quite in the right position. Now I want to see, maybe not this round, but into the next round, I want to see some flanks. I want to see them kind of encircling around Unnamed Project. You know that they're going to 5-person commit to this site, so get behind them, get in their heads a little bit, and try to kind of knock them off their game. If you're all just sitting on the site like sitting ducks, well, as we've seen, Unnamed Project, they're going to take full advantage.
Yeah, definitely is the case, and I'm with you on that one. They should be. I mean, hey, for now, right now, all that they really had in this round was just pistols, right? And they could have definitely done a mid push with which would have really worked out for them. But hey, for now, they're just trying to play it out safe. But as I say that, there's one guy looking up behind them. He's already up close, but the problem is he is being held down by an AK-47. So yeah, he has to cross that angle. But we're gonna see who gets the better timing out of that while Unnamed Project moves into sight. They're not really holding it there now, moving into sight, but hey, all that's there to stop them is pistols. But look at that, Taiko landing the shots that they need to, 2 headshots delivered, and that just leaves, well, H2IF and Lyron. Smokey now on the flank, CZ in hand. H2IF. This is the, never mind, he knows how much he can do now.
I mean, we've seen Taiko do some phenomenal things with pistols yesterday. Things got a little bit ridiculous there. It got to a point where we were like, are they really doing this again? But unfortunately, this time around, can't quite replicate those same results. And again, I think that they're just kind of banging their head against that same wall over and over again. So we need to see a bit of a change up. I'm actually curious to see if Unnamed Project keep doing this. Or if now they're like, hey guys, let's go somewhere else. Let's go mid. Let's go, you know, there you go. They're going to split somewhere else entirely. Oh, they've just given him a free kill. You've got to smoke that cross. That is a terrible way for this round to start.
Definitely is the case. But hey, Sam, you know, it's Dust 2. Your spawn decides what you're going to be doing most of the times, because you really need to get those timings in. And yeah, this time around, we just didn't have a long spawn, so B-side it is. A lot of presence towards mid and B-side. No information given out. Mid doors is smoked. Taiko investing a lot of utils and are going to be swinging off of that, but Precise is fast enough to predict the peak and get one blinded. The Frayed also finding one off of him. That is interesting. That is a lot of over-regression, and it just simply just goes unpunished. And that just leaves 2 of Taiko's alive. Not good, not nice, and that just gives Unnamed Project so much space to work around in the map. Moving in mid to B, Evil Scrabble trying to hold on to his dear life, even taking out one in the process, but yeah, eventually being taken out, and yeah, that's just our team mod left. So Unnamed Project doing just really well so far. It's just they're able to get the picks, they're able to get the fights, the duels, and yeah, getting a lot of space against Taiko. Taiko, yeah, I feel like they just need to go. I mean, Sam, they are kind of trying some corny stuff, right? Because we just saw a short push come through, and it was perfectly paired with a flash, but the problem is just not working out. Precise was completely blind, but somehow still got away with an op pick. So yeah, Taiko's just being, you could say in a sense, that's slightly unlucky, but yeah.
I mean, it was one of the comments that we'd made yesterday. You know, sometimes it is just a case of getting out-fragged. And it's a difficult one to deal with, because what it comes down to is isolating duels. Like, look at this, right? You've got players like Mod who can do it, can get those really important kills, but it's too late in the round. It doesn't matter at that point. You can't defuse the bomb. You can't win the round. You can't actually do anything with that. So that's where that team play becomes such an important part of it. We need to see them isolating. The big problem that they're also dealing with is how often Unnamed Project just like 5-stack into a site. This is only the second round that they're going for something remotely resembling a default, and it's not even a default, it's just a split. And it's not even a big split. You still got 4 people headed in one place, right? So it's so easy to just get absolutely overrun by these forces. And Takeo, I almost want to see them playing a little bit more back, play off site, wait until you can regroup and push in together. That, however, is a great way to kick off the round. You get that early kill. Now Unnamed Project forced to have to change their approach, but they will get one back, so that's going to make it a bit easier for them to decide what their next move is.
Definitely is the case, but now, with our eyes, we already see a pick coming through, or even 2. Oh, nasty shots by Heal, and they're just completely opening up A side. But hey, not much they could have done there anyway, because you know all they really had was pistols. But not RT Mod though, because he's gonna be using MP9 to the most of its advantage, and just finds Sue there completely turning the round around, and that just puts a lot of pressure onto Healing and Afraid. The problem is the positioning. Takeo do have a lot of information towards B side, and that is exactly where Unnamed Project seems to be moving right now. Never mind. Not LT, short it is, and Inkwell. What are they? Okay, yeah, it is short. Inkwell. No utils to work around with. You know exactly where he is. Has to land this shot and die trying. I guess one, that is good enough. The other one can be dealt by Artimod, but never mind. Inkle is going to be doing the job all by himself. Well, yeah, good round finally from Takeo. Getting they got those defensive picks, and it finally worked out for them. And I'm just really glad that it did, because Unnamed Project, they were just mowing them down every single round, and finally we are seeing Takeo walk away with a round in their pocket. So yeah, that's nice.
There was a bit of weird movement from Healan there. I wonder if he maybe just ran out of bullets, but he'd pushed Inkwell. He was trying to like take that fight. So the movement there was just really odd. Ends up turning his back to Inkwell, and I mean that's easy pickings at that point for Inkwell. But now we move back to this aggressive long push, and it's so consistent, man. It's actually unreasonably consistent, precise. What is that? This is another pistol round that should not be going this way, but at least, you know, we've got some kickback. Not enough. Defrayed beats out the sniper rifle with a deagle, because apparently that's a sniper. And now Artimod is all alone, but we've seen him do this before, and this time around, he's got a kit on board, so perhaps he can clutch this.
Definitely very doable. A kit and an AK-47. Had a flash, but has already used it, and now is making his way into sight. It is a huge crossfire, and even if he gets this tight, guy has to still somehow defuse the bomb. But yeah, as soon as Precise is going to be hearing those footsteps, it peeks out perfectly, delivers the pre-fire and the round as well. So yeah, just Unnamed Project once again. These guys, as we said, these guys are heavy hitters. They don't stop. They are looking for fights, and T-side is just like perfectly suited for these guys. The early 2 picks from Healan, they're just by the MAC-10. It was just complete. It's plain nonsense. And then there's another guy follows him right back and just delivers a headshot by the deagle. No, that should be illegal, but somehow, well, it is working. And yeah.
Oh. All right. Or battle goes recite. Bro, the other problem though is look at how they're peeking. Okay, it is an eco round, but that first kill was onto the AWPer. I mean, they're getting caught out in the open, so far away from each other, opposite sides of the map, and it's coming down again to Heroics. And unfortunately, the Heroics just cannot do enough. Sure, a little bit of economic damage, but at the end of the day, that means nothing. Unnamed Project now go up to 7, and it's off the back of some somewhat messy play from Takeo, right? They get a couple of good flashes out, a couple of good smokes, but for the most part, it feels like they're not utilizing their utility to the maximum efficacy. So we've got a lot of dry swings coming through. We've got a lot of like dry crosses, and Unnamed Project, when they're being that aggressive, we spoke yesterday at length about the strength of the Ferrari peak, and Unnamed Project have become, they are one with the Ferrari peak right now.
They really are just swinging out everything, but even the guy who's not swinging, is just getting picks after picks with the op. Taking yet another one down early on. Prodigy. That was probably the offer, and well, with that, they do have entire control of B side. Well, H2IF is going to be keeping on pressuring these guys. Unnamed Project being completely unstoppable right now. Takeo, they definitely are trying. They are peeking those early angles, but the only problem is they're not winning those fights where they need to. RT Mod finally shutting the menace down. And look at that boost kill. You don't see that coming, do you, Smokey? And H2IF. And that's pretty much it for Takeo. They need that up, and they're gonna keep it in their hands. So yeah, 2-8. That's 2 so far, going really well in Unnamed Project's favor, and they're just part of the reason is just they're simply playing Dust 2 how it's meant to be played, right? You're on T side, that's exactly what you need to do. Just keep switching up things and just keep peeking stuff. And if you are getting those frags, it's pretty much your game. So yeah, Unnamed Project is doing exactly what they need to.
I will say it's really cool to see that H2IF is still having like such a... I mean, he's still sitting on a heater. It wasn't just yesterday. It wasn't like a fluke or like a one-off thing. He's performing very,
We just know he's good now.
There you
really
go,
good.
right? Like, we've just accepted it. Like, all right, cool. You're pretty good at the game. Nice to know. And of course, his team's going to be pretty happy about that one as well. But again, it's another one of those situations where everyone's kind of doing reasonably well. Over on Takeo, though, like, it's RT Mod who is doing everything he can to try to keep Takeo in this fight. And it's just, it hasn't been working out in their favor.
H2IF. He cannot walk through all of that utils, but they're actually going to be opting for a mid to B now. CD Smoke already down, Lyron already up close to RT Mod. RT Mod swinging out, but the timing is not in his favor. Defrayed and him are going to be coupling up for 2 kills back to back, which just entirely gives them B side. CT already locked down. Nothing Takeo can do for the next 10 seconds at least.
Cool.
Well, at least they can shut down the A-Lurk.
Oh, that's really disappointing. Purely because like the bomb. Oh, that's nasty. Over top of smoke. The bomb wasn't even at the site yet. Like they called the save when the bomb was still in Narnia. And of course they don't know that, right? Like I'm not trying to like say that they should have precognition. They didn't know. But for us that are watching, you know, you have that moment of like, if only they had known. If only they'd had that information, and this round could have been completely different. Catch that bomb carrier while he's rotating, force them to drop that bomb, hold on to it. It could have been a completely different round. But with the lack of information available to them, this round, of course, slips away from them, and it looks like they're not even going to be allowed to save their weaponry, and that's devastating. Okay, they've still got a bit of cash, so a reinvest isn't going to be terribly difficult at the end of the day, but it's also about making a statement, I think, for Unnamed Project. Like, they're here to send a message. We got 1 round left in this half, and they want Takeo to know this is their map, and they're going to be as dastardly as they can to prove that point.
Yep, definitely is the case. 2-9. Probably they want to just. And this once again is just like yesterday. Unnamed Project started off really strong yesterday, and they are showing us the same story once again. Although they were up against a different team yesterday, but hey, they're doing the same. Takeo now. They are seeing a short boost once again. Come on, yeah, that's what I wanted to see. Finally, Takeo getting away with an early pick. But well, that's gonna be returned soon enough. Smokey's taken down, and that gives them space towards mid, and RT Mod has now... He has to be careful about long and mid at the same time. CT smoked off already. RT Mod, that spray is not connecting for sure, but he will travel now. Round 1, backs off. Still has a good enough position. Nothing is forcing him out of it. This guy has been phenomenal with the op, and he will continue to be so. Finding one more. But look at how Unnamed Project, they're not making a move right now. They're just waiting it out. The bomb is just heading towards truck, and now the CT smoked off again. They finally choose to start moving. Otherwise they have to clear out. He will travel, and they don't miss. They just don't know. There's not a single mistake being made by Unnamed Project here. Like, no, hastiness. We saw them just, you know, pause for a moment there at mid, and finally when they were able to, you know, regroup, resettle down, and just re-smoke CT and okay, B, we were supposed to hit B, now let's do it. That's the way they're just so composed right now is, yeah, they're just rewarding them with round after rounds.
I'll be honest, the way that Heelan gets all the way up into top mid and gets to just live there rent-free for so long, doesn't get discovered, doesn't get noticed, nobody has a clue that he's there with the bomb for the longest time. It's one of those outrageous moments that should never happen. But unfortunately for Takeo, it does happen. Didn't really have anything to help facilitate trying to push out, trying to take control of that area, knowing that the rest of Takeo are there, presumably watching to make sure that their bomb carrier doesn't get taken out. So this kind of comes down to that lack of confidence, not wanting to swing, not wanting to take risks. And unfortunately, if you don't take those risks, you're going to lose every time because you're not even trying. So hopefully we see them kind of step up a little bit here, but Unnamed Project at 10-2, looking to close out this map in a very one-sided manner.
Early picks coming through by Takeo, but Unnamed Project returning fire in similar fashion. Evo Scrabble all alone, not much he can do. At Unnamed Project, not letting go of their streak, just trying to end this as soon as possible. They're just being completely dominating right now. And Takeo, not sure if they have much hope left for this because, hey, Unnamed Project, they have a lot of money out. They are going to be investing into M4s and scouts and all the stuff that they need. So yeah, it's pretty much, this map is pretty much gone. Takeo chances of winning this, near to none, nada. So yeah, they're just probably now going to be betting it all in the upcoming games. And since this is a BO5, they still have a lot of maps to go before the actual winner is decided. So.
Well, presumably. I mean, it could be a few maps. Depending on how those results. Yeah, depending on the results, of course. All right, good little bit of utility being used here to slow Takeo down. Oh, there's no way! There's no way. It's the Tech 9s again. Oh, no, he didn't even check. Oh, Takeo, man. Just having their way with this T side, or T round at any rate. But a lot more still to get done if they want to win the round.
For sure. I mean, they did get the picks, but they have to deal with Heelan. They didn't miss into an M4 and already has gotten 2 picks with it.
Hell no.
Being extremely proactive there. Moves, pushes up from B, and yeah, just gets the pick, and Heelan is just going to be sealing the deal with like 4 kills in a single round and just completely turning the tables. I mean, Takeo, they were able to get really nice picks. That pop flash on mid, and you know, their Smokey getting a pick off of it was really cool. RT Mod choosing that specific spot to cast the B A long push guy as well. Yeah, really smart. Takeo started off really nicely, but hey, what can you really do with just pistols when there's just so much range between you and the enemy? And yeah, Heelan just uses his advantage, and now Unnamed Project completely stacked with all the rifles that they need, and Takeo a bit reluctant on pushing long, but the problem is they do have long now, which gives them a little bit of incentive to playing it out a bit slowly. Information serve Project a little, but the problem is, Sam, you and I both know this isn't going anywhere. I don't really know if Takeo's trying.
I mean, given the buy that they have, it's certainly going to be difficult, but I think that it's still doable. The problem is the way that they're approaching it, right? Like, you can't just 4-person try to push your way up long with such inferior weaponry, especially when you know the kind of buy that Unnamed Project more than likely have. Unfortunately, however, it does look like Takeo are going to try and press this instantly, starting to push in here. They trying to clear car, they will do so. All numbers almost evened out, but Recise will get one more. Only 2 players left, very split up from one another, and Unnamed Project now know exactly where both of these 2 players are. Bomb gets lost, the last kill to come through, and it's Unnamed Project with another terrifying map to open up a series. Yesterday it was 13-3, today 13-2. I mean, I'll be honest, if I'm Takeo, it's gotta hit your mental a little bit.
Definitely, but hey, we have known Takeo for not giving up at all and just keeping their mind in the right place, and they probably will, because we still have potentially 4 more maps to go, and you can just reduce the number by whatever amount Takeo decides, or unnamed project. It might very well end up in a 3-map game. So yeah, we're gonna be seeing what really happens before we hop into the next map. We are gonna be going for a short break, so stay tuned. We will be back very, very soon.
You'll get after it. Find something that you love, call it passionate, or find some passion and leaving behind adequate. Your journey starts now, time to make it happen. And you could be great, have it your way, served up like some room service on a nice plate. The high life is only hours a day away from making a change to the life that you chase. New year, new you, new day. Go prove to yourself you could do anything you wanna do. When you set your mind to something big that you choose, break it down to the root, chip away, gotta move. Push past all your limitations. Right now consider this an invitation. Make your worth go up like inflation, and start chasing your dreams, stop waiting. New year, new me, no fear, just be everything you wanna be. Write it down what you see, don't give up, just believe, and you will succeed. Put the hours in, and you're bound to win. New year, new me, no fear, just be everything you wanna be. Write it down what you see, don't give up, just believe, and you will succeed. Put the hours in, and you're bound to win. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range, cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
You cannot stop me, I'ma make it to the top spicy. Call a covenant, not cocky. You cannot break me, this world's mine for the taking. Got an itch, man, I'm making. Oh, I'll keep my head down and grind and be patient. I'll take a stab at the top and the sailing. They can all try, but you cannot contain it. Cause I see the things that I want and I take on my goal. Push myself to the brink, no limit. Do what it takes to be free, committed. I'm a little obsessed with things, I'll admit it. But that's what it takes to get a freedom ticket. Got a killer instinct and it's just the beginning. Breaking down walls and the hurt start thinning. And the more you push, see the fast start trimming. Till you're the only one standing up straight, winning all.
No, we never sit still. It's time to stand up, time to take the red pill. To make this our world, gonna die on this hill. Be ready to fight and be ready to kill. We never give up, no, we never sit still. It's time to stand up, time to take the red pill. To make this our world, gonna die on this hill. Be ready to fight and be ready to kill.
You just gotta wanna keep chasing, pursue everything you're facing. Keep up with the pace and adrenaline rush starts racing. Get through all the things you hate in. Don't let the others in charge of your dreams. They just don't know what it takes to be seen. You see the ship take control of your team. And if you're alone, then a one-man army. So you better be starving, and you better be carving. Through the hate, keep marching. And every day keep charging ahead till you get what you want, what you dream. Regret is a thing of the past, and you'll see that you always had it inside. It's the key to make the most of this life. Believe.
No, we never sit still. It's time to stand up, time to take the red pill. To make this our world, gonna die on this hill. Be ready to fight and be ready to kill. We never give up, no, we never sit still. It's time to stand up, time to take the red pill. To make this our world, gonna die on this hill. Be ready to fight and be ready to kill.
Welcome back after that amazing game that we just witnessed. Taiko versus Unnamed Project. Unnamed Project right off the bat showing us a really good performance, just completely wiping the floor on Dust 2. But hey, there are more maps to follow and there are more opportunities that Taiko is going to have to prove themselves off. But still, for now, Unnamed Project just continuing their streak of, back-to-back amazing performances since yesterday, and they're just not stopping. They really just seem like they want to, bag that trophy and go home. So, but we're really going to see what Taiko has in response for that. But for now, what was the next map that we're going to be moving on to, Sam?
Mirage.
Mirage is gonna be, of course, the staple map of Counter-Strike. We're just as same as Dust 2. Well, it's not. It has been around at the just as much as Dust 2, but still, it wasn't played much before. But ever since CS:GO came out, it's been played a lot, and there are a lot of staple strategies, just like Dust 2. We saw a lot of long takes, a lot of long takes, a lot of short pushes come through on Mirage. We're gonna be seeing a lot of mid takes come through as well. And it's really gonna be a 50-50 battle between both of the teams. Whichever just executes it to perfection takes that round with them. So yeah, a lot of excitement, a lot of fun, a lot of good fights to follow up. So yeah, we're gonna stay here together to see that happen.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing this one play out. As we said, right, it's another one of our Fraggers Paradise maps. And so I was talking yesterday about what I call the holy trinity of Counter-Strike maps, which are Inferno, Mirage, and Dust 2. So Inferno not on the table, obviously, but we've got Mirage and Dust 2, and it's purely because these are the 3 maps that have been around for so long. It's the maps that, you know, gamers are so familiar with. It's the maps that even the pug teams can do incredibly well on if they can coordinate themselves just a little bit. You can get a lot more results because most teams have stratted these maps into the ground because they've been played for so long. Everything is really telegraphed. Everything is so well understood. So that's kind of how Dust 2 should have been, but it was a very one-sided affair. I was a little bit disappointed to see that Taiko didn't have much fight in them today, but we also have to bear in mind that they are playing with a stand-in, and that can always, I mean, it does. It brings with it a lot of other challenges that you need to try and overcome, more so than just what, you know, you would normally have to deal with. So there is a bit of a caveat on that one. Hopefully they'll be able to rally themselves a bit for the second map, because you know, we've only got potentially a total of 3 maps here. Okay, if they can win this map, then we get to, you know, we push that total up to 4 potentially. But losing this map means that they are, you know, dangerously close to losing out here and walking away with 2nd place for a 2nd season in a row. They want to better that. They want to do better than they did previously. So hopefully this time around, as we head on to map number 2 in this best of 5 series, perhaps we'll see that fight really start.
We really will. And now we are on Mirage with the pistol round already beginning and both of the teams settling themselves up and take up this time around. We are going to see what they bring to the table, but for now, they are going for the pretty standard, sending one guy towards B, focusing the rest on towards A. Smokes being expended. And we should be expecting a pretty standard A side execute with all the smokes that they need, and should fairly be easy for them to walk into A side and get the bomb down. And look at that, the flank, the lurk is now coming into play, but unfortunately wasn't really able to secure a kill there in Prodigy. Now that they know about them, they have to clear them out first before moving into side, and they will exactly do that. There we go, shots being fired, but none of them being landed. Prodigy staying alive for a bit longer. Eventually being taken out. CT control has been taken. They are over-aggressing towards CT, and Evil Scrabble is doing a great job at it. Finding too early on already, and yeah, this match is pretty much done and dusted for Unnamed Project. Taiko with a really nice pistol round. A good call there. Sending Prodigy. Prodigy finding the perfect timing, albeit missing his shots, but still somehow, you know, managing to get one with him before going down. So yeah, overall, a really well-rounded round by these guys. So we once again have a early timeout coming in from Taiko.
Yeah, I think that a lot of the issue in that is the fact that Prodigy takes so long to die. Not only that, he gets one before he's eventually traded. When you have so many bodies in towards mid, you have so much more to play with. You've got to be winning that out. Now that one lurker has pulled so much attention away, the rest of the team is busy trying to make their way up long, trying to kind of retake from that scenario, but the rest of your team isn't in any sort of position to try to play off of or to try to help you in any regard. And it just gets very, very messy. It definitely came down to timings and information. And unfortunately, you know, pistol rounds, they tend to be a little bit coin flippy. This time around, luckily for Taiko, they're the ones who, you know, that coin flip lands on heads and they will take that round. So they come into this one with a really decent buy. The interesting thing here is that Unnamed Project has gone for a force. A really weird force, man. Like, look at these guns. Part of me, so the Chaos Gremlin in me is really hoping that this pays off. Okay. A little bit of a debate. Okay.
They sold the Nova and the Negev as well. Might be just they're just messing with it and they're like, yeah, never mind. Yeah, this should be fairly easy for Taiko to manage, as Unnamed Project decided to just gamble it out on B, and now they're all there. And all they can really do is just go for exits while Taiko tries to hunt down for them, because these guys, they have 4 Mag 10s that they do need those kills to, you know, rack up that cash. But for now, both sides they're just chilling. A really pacifist round of Counter-Strike going on for now. They're just, and finally pick out for the hunt. Really nice crossfire setup on Kitchen. There we go. The bait has been done. H2IF. He's not going to be checked, and he's going to be finding one with the P250. He goes Scrabble, though. Yeah. There we go.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we expected. A little bit of damage done, so that's quite nice. They went for the gamble stack over towards B, and had Takeo opted to push B, that could have worked out beautifully, but unfortunately they didn't. They went A instead. So what I do find interesting is that Takeo hunted. They went looking for that stack. They wanted to get that extra cash. They wanted to really cause problems. So for Unnamed Project, it's a bit of an unfortunate way for that round to end. That's okay. They come into this one. They've got some weaponry. They've forced Takeo to have to reinvest into this round. They've got the opening kill. So, you know, still some good possibilities.
For sure, but now we're finally seeing good old mid take, and Takeo actually being really successful in that, finding 2 early picks on Lyron and Versailles both. But now the question is, where do they move on? And with how they've positioned themselves, it's probably going to be B, but the interesting thing is that look at where Healing is. He is trying to keep inside DV room somehow, and can definitely flank from both sides, but Apps will likely be his best option, while H2IF is going to be catching one, trying to cross through short. Takeo have made their way towards B side, but they're in a world of trouble right now because they've just lost 2 people trying to do that, and the bomb is down as well, so there's no point of having sight. Evil Scrabble, despite finding H2IF, there has to go back, retrieve the bomb, and then come back towards sight. Healing is going to keep it locked.
These are the lurks that I was waiting for, man. I wanted this so badly earlier, but of course it's Unnamed Project that finally do it. And it works out beautifully. Get in behind enemy lines, shut down the bomb carrier, and at that point, what on earth are the T's meant to do? You set up a nice little crossfire there. Crossfire wasn't even needed. Defrayed gets 2, so he just shuts down any attempt at reclaiming that bomb. And in the blink of an eye, Unnamed Project pull the control right back into their wheelhouse. And for Takeo, it's been a couple of expensive, well, I suppose the round before wasn't that expensive. They only lost 2 players, so it's not too bad. They're still in this reasonably well, but money now a problem. Losing this round would be a huge problem, so this needs to be pretty clinical.
For sure. Once again, Takeo, a lot of space created towards mid, and Smokey even seeming very keen on taking that window control, but for now it's gonna be deadly, to be honest, because there's nobody there. Besides, might just have the timing peeks out, but oh way. The reaction is just in time. No picks on either sides. Utils are being expended, but yeah, it really wouldn't be wise peeking off that. But Versailles finding that 1 kill through the smoke. Healing, peeking Apps just in time, finding 1 there as well. Takeo, a lot of damage dealt. A-Lark shut down as well. Look at these guys. They're just aware of every single angle. Every single opportunity Takeo tries to create, they just shut it down instantly. And yeah, with that, the second round is theirs. And, well, once again, even scoreline as we always say. Unnamed Project not letting Takeo get too ahead of themselves. And, yeah, here we are.
Some of those shots were nasty, I'll be honest. Like, unreasonable nasty. Love to see it, though. Love those really, really crisp kind of pixel shots that I would never... I mean, my AK doesn't do that, but here we are. Here we are.
It's fine.
There you go. You know, it's like pro players have this aura, you know, and it just it makes them shoot harder. It's not that they shoot well and therefore they have aura. No, it's the other way around. You might think that it's
aura? That's why they shoot
well. Exactly. It has nothing to do with the fact that they're good at the game. Okay, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I just don't have aura. I have negative aura.
You and me both, buddy. That's fine. Trying to get something out of those deagles, but oh well. Nothing really except a body shot landed onto her side. That wasn't even a body shot, that was a nade, I'm pretty sure. Because if it was, a lot more damage would have been dealt. Look at that. That's finally popped, but look at that Smokey actually finding one through. I mean, for now, this round, it's just all that they really need to do is get the bomb down. Somehow. Get to the CT guy, cross through jungle, resize. Never mind. Look, oh my god, these guys are not stopping. I mean, the passive aggressiveness from these guys, Unnamed Project, they lost a player, sure, fine, whatever. Fell back, but they just aggress right back in at the perfect time. And yeah, getting those kills. Still a 1v2, though. Not for long.
Nice adjustment from Heelan. Spots the shoulder on the right side, realizes that there's going to be a bit of a dodge or a duck and dive to the left, so well predicted there. That round gets a little bit too close for comfort, I feel like, but Unnamed Project, they win the round, and that's the most important part. And even if they lose this round, they'll still have some decent cash. Okay, Resize might be in a little bit of danger if they lose this, but the rest of the team, happy days. And let's face it, chances of them losing this round, given how the last 3 have gone, it's 3 consecutive rounds, back to back. Taiko, 1 pistol, and then 1 the Force, they converted, but haven't been able to do much more than that. So hopefully we see a bit of a change up here as a kind of angling down over towards this A site already. Okay, they are hitting this exec right off the bat, and unfortunately they've lost a lot of that early util. They've pulled out 1 nade, but it's completely slowed them down, and now rotations can come.
In this case, Seiko inside A side, a lot of sports being expended. Inkle finding one at Ninja. Laren still alive though. Have to take him down. RT Mod perfectly executing his lurk too, finding out H2F. Good amount of damage dealt to Unnamed Project. Laren all alone. His only option is to just fall back towards CT, because if he doesn't, Evil Scrabble is there to take care of him. Healing now. Knows there's one there. Keeping the dream alive. But well, picks up the op. Do have a lot of money. Doesn't necessarily need to save it, but still, it would be nice to have a, you know, a bit of an extra cash. Nice.
No, I think he does need to save it, because, like,
yeah.
Resize had like $50 at the start of this round. Okay. Fair enough. They did manage to get a little bit of cash in this round, so should be okay. Maybe they can buy around for each other. I'll be real. I think that saving,
you're right.
Saving the AWP was definitely the right call there, but unfortunately they get a little bit too eager. I will say I'm impressed that Taiko managed to stabilize the way that they did, because they hit the accelerator way too quickly for my liking. Didn't bait out any of that early util, and instead kind of had to run in dry towards the end of it. Unnamed Project get a little bit too eager. They start pushing through smokes without util. They start losing those battles because, let's face it, they're not playing as cleanly as they should be. And around that, maybe Taiko shouldn't have won, goes their way. And an important one for them, because they come into this with a really good buy. They've got an AWP on Prodigy. Ultimately, gonna feel good about how that went.
This time around, take it. Really defaulting it out, but still a lot more inclined towards B side, knowing that Unnamed Project, they don't probably have a lot of util to expend, and well, when that's the case, B apps is definitely not a bad option. A little bit of presence shown towards mid too. Good nade, and no, good kill. Opening up nest and puts a lot more pressure on Resize there. Resize is not. Oh boy. Prodigy's retaliating just in time. Gonna be finding the pick, and that is just gonna be their sign to probably move towards A side. But hey, as they do that, they're gonna be finding the rest of the picks that they need to. So yeah, it's just Taiko taking full advantage of bad economy on Unnamed Project side.
Yeah, it was really odd because they opted to force into the AWP instead of making sure that everyone had a rifle. So their B player was trying to hold that down with a deagle. He was doing some jump spotting to see if he gets some early info and call a rotation, but like any good team will have that B lurk. So spotting out a player doesn't really give you much information. So it was overall some very strange decision making from Unnamed Project. And as you said, they'll take full advantage of it. I like that this is a bit more of a close affair than what we had on that previous map. I do believe this was Taiko's map pick, however, so we do expect them to look a little bit better on it. And bearing in mind that in the first map, they didn't really have much of a T side. It went really quickly because the first half was so dominant. So now they actually have a chance to show us what they're made of, what they can do on this T side. Unfortunately, some of these rounds being a bit too expensive means that Mod now on a Mac 10, not able to they could buy for him, but I think they're trying to save up for long-term econ, and I don't think that's the incorrect play.
Yeah, definitely is. They might just be, setting him up to be the first guy to enter side, and that's exactly what he's going to be doing. But the problem is, there's nobody holding down B side. Gives them entire control. But the bomb yet to be delivered. And Afraid has to say something about that, but Prodigy just completely destroying him right there. Blood splattered all over the wall, and yeah, that's just insane. Larn though. Getting a little bit of value before going for the retake. A lot of HP lost for him to hold on to that rifle. Well, yeah. Kind of unlucky, though. And in Project, they kind of went for an aggressive mid-take this time around. Not really focusing their forces on towards B-side, and Taiko just doing the entire opposite. Yeah, just giving them free side, but oh.
Nasty. Sorry, I cut you off there, but that was a really nasty shot.
It was.
I mean, coming into this round, we didn't really expect them to be able to get too much done. Didn't have much of a buy, so it was a bit of a throwaway round. Scrabble didn't have to die there, but fair enough, I suppose. Bit rough because they didn't get to save the one rifle into the next round, which would have been nice. Taiko, they like to hunt. They like to do a little bit of cabin in the forest, find some deer heads to mount on the wall. And it tends to work out. And I think that also it's a point of pride because given how one-sided that last map was, they're like, nope, we're not letting that happen again. We're not getting caught unawares like we had been previously. They want to get as much of a runaway lead as they can in this first half so that into the second, they've got something to play with. Now, Unnamed Project, we need to see some changes from them. There ain't no way you shoulder peek the AWP, re-peek, win that fight, and now it's a 5v3.
I mean, that just... The way he was able to keep himself there and under, yeah, Prodigy just did not expect that happening. And, well, got himself a kill out of that, but now Taiko, with two people died, what do you really do? And considering the positions that they have right now, Smoking lurking up in Palace, I mean, their final move might have been, to move towards A, but now it's just completely deployed, so Smokey has to do a lot on his own, which, well, will be denied too, so this pretty much just leaves Taiko with nothing to really work around with, and maybe go for a kill or two, but definitely should be looking forward to, Artima especially, just keeping his hands on that gun of his. Taiko, they are doing really well so far, just switching things up constantly, going for the mid takes, going for the B take, fast B approaches depending on how the economy is on Unnamed Project side, but yeah, this time around just quite didn't work out for them, and you definitely cannot take credit away from Unnamed Project from, for adapting to them. I mean, the play by, who was it? The Freight, I believe, was super nice. The way he was able to, shut down under so he doesn't really get bothered by anyone coming through under, and was able to take the fight at top mid. Just really nicely calculated, and you just like to see, these calm and collected things like this. But what was that at the end? USB nice.
Love that. I mean, who's expecting him to be there, to be fair? You're like, why would you even be watching for that? But yeah, I think what makes that initial peak so egregious is the fact that he shoulders it, pulls back, re-peeks, doesn't get shot, and then manages to take out the AWPer. Like, it's a bit crazy. And both of those peaks were completely dry. There wasn't a single flash. There was nothing to give any sort of cover. So it is definitely a bit of a misplay, I feel like, from Takeo. One of those small moments. Maybe, you know, you get caught sleeping at the wheel. I've heard pros actually talk about how playing a sniper can be so difficult because you just have to sit there and stare at, like, nothing. And sometimes you do. You know, your eyes get a little bit tired. You might get a little bit unfocused. Maybe you take a look at your mini-map for half a second. And before you know it, your head's been blown off. It's difficult. It is. And unfortunately, it was one of those moments where Takeo get caught a little bit unawares. Unnamed start to claw back into this. And economy is starting to become an issue again. We saw this yesterday when it gets so back and forth, when you're going one for one, round for round, blow for blow, no one really getting a chance to build up any sort of an economy. I mean, we had 2 rounds go Takeo's way, then 3 for Unnamed Project, then 3 for Takeo. Now Unnamed Project have won one again, and if we keep going in that fashion, okay, we'll still have some semblance of buy. That's a good flash, my god.
I mean, there was a counter flash too. RT Mod did that, but it just didn't hit. Lyron was just way too fast. Well, RT Mod is going to be losing their life there, but H21F could have done a lot there, but I'll just straight up spam through the smoke. Still though, Scrabble's gonna be losing his life, and this just leaves Takeo once again just split up entirely and shattered. Inkwell trying to make his way up, also getting some value out of the calm player. Incentive to Prodigy to keep moving up. Smoke. Okay, they are making up for it somehow. Inkwell is getting the frags. Prodigy coming into the battlefield as well is going to be getting the frag, and that just leaves Helan alive in a 1v2 situation, which he definitely should go for because it is very variable. Prodigy on site with the op. Smokey opting for the Tetris area. Helan trying to see if anyone peeks through, but nobody's really too keen on doing that, and yeah, that's just going to be his sign to move back out.
Definitely the right call. Surely. Oh, does he?
Yeah. Come on.
Can you?
You have it. You have this.
Yeah,
let's
there you go.
Good job.
Okay, it was a little bit touch and go there, but an extra kill. Oh, okay.
Both of them, in fact.
Nice. All right, cool. So, I mean, they lose the round, but Takeo have to heavily like every single player has to rebuy into this, which means that I suppose it would have made more of an impact if we were a little bit earlier on in the round. There's only 2 rounds left now, so it's not necessarily going to be huge impact, but it's enough because one player now okay. Still have rifles. I was wondering what was happening there with the Tech 9. But yeah. Okay, so we still got some rifles. And it's Unnamed Project that are now in a little bit of a difficult spot because a Deagle and 2 MP9s, not the best buy to try to wrangle back this control.
Definitely not what they really want, but now Takeo one thing. I mean, hey, this is what pretty much Mirage is about. They are splitting themselves up, sending one guy palace every single time, and also one down underpass. Prodigy. That's good. Defray just completely punished there. Definitely did not expect an op to be there, but now H2IF is going to be taking his spot. And look at how aware Prodigy's of that. He just knows it's happening, and he's going to be delivering onto that. 2 players already lost on towards A side, and Helan now calling for the rotate. Smokey already capitalizing on it, and that just leaves 2 once again on Unnamed Project side, and Takeo looking probable there to take the round with them, but finally we are seeing some frags come through. Helan getting some work done. Both of the players are going to be retaking from CT. That Molly isn't letting Lyron stay there for longer, but somehow still gets a frag out of it. Still has to move into side though. He will scramble. Position's really good. He's definitely going to be checked, but does he get? Yeah, yes sir, he does. 1 frag already secured. Knows where the other one is. Lyron trying to go for the ninja, but yeah, The spray is going to connect perfectly and take over for yet another round on the board. And yeah, they're just doing really well so far. Just getting the way they're split up all across the map, the way they're getting their picks. It's exactly what Unnamed Project, well, not exactly what Unnamed Project was doing in Dust 2. Because in Dust 2, Unnamed Project was simply just, they were, I don't know, just bringing together 4 people, maybe even 5, just completely, you know, blasting onto Takeo and getting all the frags that they need. But Takeo, they're playing the different game. They are sending people in different spots, but they are still getting those duels, getting those fights, and winning them. And yeah, it is working out for them. As I say, Prodigy just shut down Precise once again.
Oh, that's a great way to kick off this round. Now pushing straight in on towards this A side. MP9 gets way too much value, but eventually does get traded out. Oh, the distraction is huge. H2OF gets a team kill. Not great, but that's okay, because he gets 2 of the enemy team as well. And now Prodigy is the last one left alive. And that round, blink and you missed it. And it's a great recovery round from Unnamed Project. It gives them a little bit more to work with as we head into that second half. For Prodigy now, there's so little that he can realistically do. A minute left here, a lot of time, but he doesn't have the bomb, and all he has is an AWP.
He has been doing amazing stuff with the AWP. I mean, right now he doesn't have anything to lose, so 3 kills, and if he doesn't, they definitely are not going to be letting him plant the bomb. Molly is going to be forcing this sandwich guy out of position, but there's the third peak coming through, and yeah, it's going to be sufficient to take him down and end this half in a 5-7 in the favor of Takeo, by the way, which is very nice to see, because the last map was just really dominant, and it's as you said, I mean, Takeo just didn't get the chance on T side, you know. And now that they finally did, they were able to show their mettle, and well, 7 rounds, really good for them. And now they are going to be starting this half with the lead. So, pistol round it is. And Unnamed Project, once again, we have seen how aggressive they have been so far on T side. And well, as you said, Counter Strike, it's just ever since Counter Strike 2 came out, it's just more and more. It's just been getting more and more T sided. So yeah.
Now the question becomes, can Takeo maintain that control? A pistol round here would be a great way to kick off this second half, and they do have some strong presence onto this A site, which is of course exactly where Unnamed Project are angling. Util already out, Inkle will swing, does get traded off, but now Evil Scrabble has all the information in the world. One drive-by swing, but it's instantly traded back into a 3 versus 3. Unnamed Project have control of the site now, but bomb yet to be planted, still heavily under fire, heavily under pressure. Oki, oh yes please, the dually. My favorite gun in the game. Heelan now has to clutch, and unfortunately not going to be given the chance.
Oh, great round indeed. They just landed all the headshots that they really needed to. Unnamed Project just went all out, just like Takeo in fact. But well, the result was the other way around. Takeo once again being able to deliver perfectly, and that is going to be their opportunity to buy up, get those Famouses in, get those MP9s, and on the other side, wait, what? AK? Hello? Precise? You good, buddy? They're buying him an AK.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure that's not his. It can't be his, because he has armor. Yeah, they bought him an AK. It was H2IF, very likely, and now they're just going for the hero AK play, and we're really gonna see if it works out for these guys. Whatever they have in their mind. They're just this is the stuff you love to see, right? Just an entirely unorthodox strat coming through, and well, they even have a timeout for it, so we might just see something amazing coming through. Sam, keep your eyes.
Yeah,
open.
it's that high risk, high reward play again. You put a little bit of a spend into the round after, you know, not managing to win the pistol. Bit of a rough one for them, unfortunately. So now you're a confident team. You know that you're capable. You know that you can make some crazy things happen. I'll be honest, I'd probably be giving that AK to H2IF because he's been performing incredibly well, not just today, but yesterday as well. Very consistent player. So maybe that should have been the call, but I don't hate this. I think that it can work. Now they've also coupled it with 3 Tech 9s and a Deagle, so there is a lot of explosive firepower here. This could be the exact call, but look at Takeo. They've read into this. They've got 3 players strong towards this B site. This is going to be incredibly difficult.
Definitely is going to be really hard for these guys to do, but hey, they are sending in the Tech 9s first. That nade is going to be dealing a lot of damage, but hey, only 50 distributed across 2 players, so it's not good enough. There we go. Side fake incoming. The Molotov not quick enough to stop these guys from entering. There we go. Tech 9's already on side. Kills are being secured. Evil Scrabble taking down 2 before going down himself. Smokey still alive though. Doubling it up with 2 kills, and that just leaves the hero AK-47 alive. Not for long. He's going to be naded to death. A good struggle there by Unnamed Project, but, well, as you said, the heroics coming to play. Evil Scrabble taking down 2 before going down, and Smokey doubling it up as well. Yeah, just shutting down Project entirely right there and then. And, well, the hero rifle just kind of came in a little bit too late. If the trades were there, it definitely was doable, but, yeah, just unlucky, really.
I think that a large part of that is the fact that Takeo read into it. I think that if you've just got one player on B, maybe 2, there's a good chance you can win that one. But they had so many reinforcements so close by that it made it very difficult to isolate any of those duels, which you have to do with those kinds of guns. And now we're back to like a more regular default. Takeo as well, taking, you know, good spatial control on the map, trying to cover as many of their angles as they possibly can so that they can rotate in quickly where necessary. And for Unnamed Project, this is good. They're kind of poking and prodding the map a little bit, trying to get some early information before they actually commit to anything. Okay, but now they're aware that there's a player in Palace, but they've only spotted out 1, so could be a lurker. So for Takeo, it's really good that they have opted into patience here, not over-rotating. Let's wait it out. Let's see, is it actually going to be that A hit, or are they attempting some sort of a bait?
Yeah, just waiting for more information to come through. Ooh, amazing shot there. Nasty, in fact, by H2IF. Inkwell shot down onto window. No Smokey. Afraid peaks right on time, but hey, a Deagle and an MP9 is no match at that range, and that just leaves Heelan alive. Which probably is not going to be for much longer, too. Heelan, by the way, Sam, is a 3.8k player right now. 3.8k elo on face it, which is really good, to be honest. It's just, he's struggling a bit in this game, but hey.
You know, everybody has an off day, unfortunately. But he's not all that off. He's
yeah, I mean, still maintaining a positive KD, so.
Yeah, no, he's doing very, very well, all things considered. We'll see if we can continue with that, because Unnamed Project now, I mean, they're looking a lot more tested than what we saw on that first map. They have a lot of good control here. Now, they haven't been able to get a full gun round out, as in full rifles, yet this half, because Unnamed Project keep these rounds so incredibly expensive. And also, like, you've got this MP9, you could just keep extending that, right? Like, you don't necessarily have to replace that. You're winning rounds. You don't have to feel pressured to change things out unnecessarily. Same with the FAMAS. So they're waiting until they actually lose those guns so that they can build up as much of an economy as possible. And again, I think that this is a good call to make. But now, Mod, I like this. Laren is waiting for it. If the timing is on his side, it's not. Oh, that's unfortunate. All right, Lurk shut down, and this should be a lot easier for Unnamed Project.
Man advantage secured, but this really comes down to where they move on to next. They know this was pushing up, but afraid. Also creating some space there. Right window, Prodigy coming back to reclear, and yes, he definitely will. But yeah, the Palace push definitely gave them the incentive to move in towards A side. But look at how well Takeo is bouncing back up from it, just reclearing every single space that Unnamed Project already took from them. And yeah, they're just on the back up. Lyron just being the last guy alive. What can he really do? But he can actually do a lot, because it's just a 1v2. But regardless. Yeah, it's just really nice the way Takeo was able to bounce back up from it. They were giving the early picks to Unnamed Project, and you can't really take away the credit how they were reading into them, but that's exactly as I said. It just really just comes down to where they move on into next, because Takeo, the way they're just so proactive, the way they're repositioning themselves into areas, the way that, you know, this, to be very specific, Prodigy just came just in time to reclear window, not give any unnecessary space to Unnamed Project. Yeah, it's just really working out for them in the river.
Really good stabilization as well. Ability to kind of regroup and reconfigure yourself even when you're at a little bit of a disadvantage. Losing that first player early on can put you in a bit of a tight spot, but they play together really well, and Unnamed Project kind of moving towards where they've got more of a stack certainly plays in their favor, and they can pivot off of that quite nicely. And now Unnamed Project, 6-round deficit. Definitely not having the same impact that we had seen earlier on. Nice opener here. And he does actually manage to stay alive and slip away. So again, advantage Unnamed Project. How do they pivot from here?
Deep inside enemy lines right now. Even there as well, finding one pick somehow. Yeah, they do not expect Lauren to be there. How is he even there? Prodigy's probably confused. How did he die? How does Smokey not know about him? But somehow he is, and well, that just leaves Evil Scrabble alive, who really can't do much in a situation like this except saving his gun.
I enjoy contact plays. I think that they can work. Look, they can go horribly wrong, but if you do it right, you can get stupid amounts of value. And then this is such a good example of that as well. Manages to get so up close and personal without really being spotted. And they come through this round with 5 players left alive, and they've managed to yoink the AWP away, which is huge. Now, looking to hunt this last player. Evil Scrabble, not one to go without a fight, so I think we do need to see some caution here. Oh, he had no idea! Oh, he was looking the wrong way. Surely he heard the footsteps. But either way, Unnamed Project going to be happy with that one. All 5 players from Takeo deleted. Unnamed Project now starting to potentially claw back in. We'll see a timeout to come through from Takeo. They want to stop that momentum before it even has a chance to build, which is a very strong strategy in and of itself. Very often you'll see a pause come through. And the entire intention behind the pause is to just stop that momentum, stop the enemy team from like continuing that snowball. So we'll take a pause here. We'll take a breath. But for Unnamed Project, I mean, this kind of works in their favor as well, because the excitement of winning that round, they now have a chance to cool off a little bit and make sure that their heads are screwed on for the next.
Yeah, definitely is the case. And this timeout is going to be serving for them to do that. And now Takeo probably wants to close this out as soon as possible, because hey, if they do let this go out of their hands, Unnamed Project could be turning the tables anytime. So yeah, they really don't want this going the other way around. Economy, not really all that well on Takeo's side. They don't have, you know, the best of util sets that they possibly could, but hey, they still have invested into an op in Prodigy's hands, and yeah, we've seen him do a lot of great stuff with it. But on the other side, look at Unnamed Project. We are going to be seeing another timer come through from their side too. But hey, speaking in terms of their economy, they do have a lot of utils. With only H2IF lacking a little bit, that isn't really going to be making a huge difference. But the problem is, how do they really approach this? They have to come back up with, you know, they are in a 5-round deficit right now, so they have to come back up from it. But how do they exactly do it? They have been fighting mid, they have been getting the picks, but Takeo have been getting the reads on, and Takeo has been really proactive in how they're adjusting. Unnamed Project is not being given any time to, you know, even think to where to go next. So the only really move for Unnamed Project that's left here is just getting to sites as fast as possible. Not really wasting any time. As soon as they get a pick anywhere towards mid, if you're finding a pick, maybe on mid, maybe on the con guy, just start moving towards A. Get your A lurks to start moving in. And yeah, just so on and so forth. So yeah, Unnamed Project, if they want to get this map, really need to amp things up.
I think on the flip side to that, I'd like to see them kind of default a little bit more. Defaulting is something that we haven't really seen a lot of over the last couple of days. And it's all
Definitely
about doing a little bit of poke and prod. Exactly, right? It's not something that they do at all. So I'd like to potentially see that on the flip side, right? Try and get some of those early picks, play for picks, back away a little bit, get early information. Like, what is that? How have you done that? 2 kills straight away. And again, it's because Unnamed Project get too eager and they're pushing into main. The rest of the team is like nowhere. They're in no sort of position to be doing anything. It's too you're hitting the accelerator way too soon, and you're not giving yourself a chance to get a foothold to actually pivot off of.
Yeah, Evil Scrabble just completely destroying any chances of those A-main guys, but now they're still alive, and there's being a regroup being created towards A side. Wild Afraid does have a really good spot there. Evil Scrabble definitely a bit too wary about that, but well, Afraid already has crossed and has no intentions of moving back towards B. Definitely is going to end up in being an A hit. Both of the players who are playing A are positioned towards CT, so they could definitely cut him off, cut them both off, in fact. Right timing. He's good. Should let them get the bomb down at least. It's gonna be an A-main plant. H2IF alive, holding it. At least one gets one. Yes, sir, he does. Falls back right in time. And now, this is definitely very doable for these guys. 3v3 situation created. Afraid once again in a really good spot. No information given out just yet. All he really does need to do is just not peek for now. There we go. He's still taking it. He's not letting go of it, but Afraid gets the better of him. Is going to be getting the kill. Prodigy now has to shift up into him, has to clear him out. This is the first shot. USB out is going to be making up for it, but there we go, trying to find the bomb, just cannot find it in time, and they're running out of time. They just couldn't find the bomb. That is so unlucky for Evil Scrabble.
That's really well played from Unnamed Project, though. A good stabilization, right? Like, I was just busy criticizing how they went in too quickly, they jumped the gun a bit, they lost 2 players early, but then they hit the brakes. And they're like, whoa, guys, whoa, we made a mistake. Let's slow down. Let's, contact a little bit, cut noise, wait, and bait. Takeo, do a little bit of rotating because, noise has been cut and they're like, oh, well, are they going to keep pushing A? Are they going to rotate? So they start rotating. And then Project get in onto the site and plant it in see, the problem with planting default is that everyone knows where default is. You plant a little bit off default, you give yourself a huge advantage if you can throw a smoke on it. Exactly what they do, and it's beautiful. It's perfect, in fact. And Unnamed Project will get themselves up to 7. They've decimated economy here. Prodigy still has an AWP, but aside from that, it's just pistols. So, I mean, if Takeo win this round, it will be freaking egregious, but I'll also be impressed. And nope, with the AWP getting shut down there, this should be a pretty telegraphed round, and Unnamed should get an 8th.
Yeah, pretty much a textbook round coming in from Unnamed Project. Definitely having the stronger guns, the bigger guns. There's the potential of a few shots still being landed. Hasn't exactly been found out, but just as I say that, Afraid is going to be popping his head right away. And yeah, that just pretty much ends any chances of Takeo taking this round, and it's going to be an 11-8, which on the project seems like they are bringing it a little close. I mean, Takeo probably were... Okay. That made me a little cautious there. Like, okay, you can definitely get a few more. But hey, Unnamed Project bringing it closer and closer with now getting the 8th round, which Takeo probably isn't too happy about, because before it was like, hey, okay, 1 round, 2 round, it's fine, we can win this, we can take this, but now it's just a little too close for comfort for Takeo, and they definitely do want to end this as soon as possible, in which they will be able to, because hey, Able to travel, he was able to save an op, which, wait a second, kill, doesn't have to, yeah, good job, thank you. Alright, me as I just play way too much CS2, not get absorbed in that.
Absolutely. No, I'm with you. I mean, that was a fantastic shot as well. A second there would have been actually pretty nice.
It was just a very split-second thing, because if he landed on the floor there just a split second earlier, he could have been able to kill Evil Scrabble, and that just meant no op for Takeo. Yeah.
Well, at least they do have that, and they can reinvest quite well, reasonably well anyway, into this round. But I've been impressed with the resurgence from Unnamed Project, right? When your back's against the wall, you realize everything's working against you. You've got to come up perfect. They catch out the attempt at a bit of a lurk there, and that gives them that early, numbers advantage, but it's instantly traded back. What's crazy to me is they've just gotten the site basically for free. Bomb has been planted. They have full control now, and this retake from Taiko's got to be pretty damn perfect with only a smattering of utility left. They've got quite a few smokes. Well, one smoke and a couple of... no, one molly, 3 smokes. I'm having one of my moments. So a lot of util to play with.
Definitely is the case, and now they're on site with Taiko. Just not being let into sight no matter what they do. A new project, they have it locked down really nicely. Smoke lasting that long. I mean, they're able to, get the bomb down really fast, and yeah, the smokes are still up there. Taiko trying for the early retake, but just completely shut out. And well, there you have it. 11-9, which is a really doable scoreboard, scoreline. Because, yeah, there's just 2 more rounds to go. And it's going to be even again, which just gives Unnamed Project a little bit of, not even a little bit, a lot of hope of actually taking this map. And instead, going for a 1-1, making it a 2-0 yet again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's an important one, right? The fact that we're getting closer and closer to the final map. Oh, what a shot! Recise! Beautifully shuts Prodigy down as Prodigy attempts to get a little bit of early information, maybe an early pick-off, and again, numbers advantage in favor of Unnamed Project. Taiko perhaps getting a little bit too aggressive in these rounds. It's another moment of that. No utility used, just a dry swing, and instantly loses his head. The site now freely in control of Unnamed Project.
This is really what they had to do, because you see how the way they moved into short right after getting the pick on Khan. That's exactly what they gotta do. You just really have to make it so that Taiko doesn't have time to resettle again. They don't have time to reposition. They don't have the time to regain control of B side. I mean, hey, okay, they got a pick on Khan. They might be moving short. Let's just reposition ourselves to strengthen up B, or like strengthen up Khan. Taiko is not being allowed any time to even think, which is just letting Unnamed Project just go waltz their way into sites, and yeah, just get those bombs down and get the round. So far working out really well, and yeah, just been giving them rounds. And after this it's going to be 11-10, which is super, makes it just really viable for Unnamed Project to actually take this map, which I'm kind of happy about, because after that many rounds recovered, they really kind of do deserve it.
Well, they've managed to take a couple of guns away towards the end of that round as well, lose a couple of their own, but ultimately they're not going to be feeling too upset about that, because this reinvest from Taiko is going to stretch them just about to their limit. Not much cash left in bank, and so important as well, because winning this round evens out the scoreline. Now, for Taiko, they will have that max loss streak bonus, so into the next round, they should still be able to eke something out, but the question becomes, do you want to? Because at that point, it's map point. No, I lie, because we Unnamed have to get to 11 first. Okay, no, they're still fine. They could put a little bit of a spend into that next round, although, for the long-term economy purposes, maybe not the best call.
For sure, but now, Unnamed Project doing a little bit of a B-split. Yeah, 2 coming through from short. Shut down early on though. Ankle. Lyron jumps out of ass. Has to deal with 2 people. Here's one. Takes him down perfectly. Tries for the spray transfer, but just doesn't connect. Jail guy still alive. MP9 online. Needs to be cleared out. Afraid sees him and lands the shot. That's the position that he really needed to be in. RT mod finally coming on the flank. I don't hear him yet, but now they do. Nobody's reacting. Mistake there. You don't just. Oh, it's an A1S, so not really his fault. Versailles is gonna be retaliating soon enough, and yeah, done and dusted. RT mod really should have gotten a kill there, but oh well.
I mean, the big thing for me is the fact that Larian runs through apps, jumps out, runs across the site. There is no shift walking here. We are stampeding our way through the site. Swings out, gets a kill. Nobody is there to trade. I believe that it was... I want to say it was Prodigy. It might have been Inkwell. Maybe Smokey. No, it was Smokey. Chilling backside with the MP9. Doesn't swing. Doesn't, just kind of sits there. And then moments later, after the smoke clears, he dies as well. Like, Larian gets away with murder and remains unpunished. And that's a problem, because with that player still alive, you've given way too many reinforcements. We've allowed way too many reinforcements for Unnamed Project. So
Yeah.
Taiko needs to, and again, it's what I was saying on that previous map, that confidence starting to wane, not being willing to take those risks that they really do need to be taking.
Definitely is the case. Moki definitely should have repositioned himself there, but yeah, well, it is what it is now. It's gone now. Unnamed Project leaning on towards the other side of the map. Not really an exec. Haven't seen these smokes come through. Unnamed Project feeling a lot more confident than before. Just going out dry in the open, trying to find some picks, but Taiko just being extremely passive. Not showing any of their heads. Look at how nicely they are tucked up inside CT and Con. Afraid. This is a... Oh, no. Well, he has kind of the read, but smoking. Well, should be a fairly easy kill, and well, there you go. That gives
Such a
Taiko
good opener.
lot more space, yeah. Look at how they're just moving towards A side. The problem is, Unnamed Project, they do still have the time. Taiko isn't exactly inside side. They're still playing out pretty passive. Going on for the retake. 3 people already positioned towards CT. Precise, extremely strong, but Evil Scrabble is going to be getting a spam! Nasty shot coming in from Lyron there. Good kill onto Prodigy. Healing. Risking it all for the bomb. Now a 3v3. The most interesting part though is there one guy is coming up from A main, and he could be a deadly force if the timing is just right. Healing. He finds the pick onto Inkle. That gives him a little bit more space to work around with. Evil Scrabble also coming in. This guy just, yeah, it's way too strong. Precise just knows what to hold and what to not. And finishing out with a no-scope. Clean as ever.
Nasty little nose scope
Oh,
there.
how the
Again,
tables
a lot
have
of this...
turned. Oh my god.
A lot of this
no.
comes down to timing, man. Like, you've got 3 players coming in with a 3-pronged attack, and they allow too much time to tick down. They allow Unnamed Project to really push them and take control. And sure, okay, so your ramp player dies, and then Evil Scrabble, who's in jungle, manages to get a trade-off, but now his position is known, so he can get traded out a little bit later on. I mean, he's the last to die. It's actually the player coming in from main, but like, there isn't enough cohesion between those 3 players that are still left alive. It's kind of 1 for 1 for 1. And if you give that to Unknown Project, they'll take it. And my god, Taiko by 2 AWPs into this round before the AWPs even wipe their eyes clean. Already, they've lost a player, but they have managed to recover here. 3 versus 3. The problem is, they now have to retake with 2 AWPs.
Oh, Inkle. Just not cautious enough there, giving away a pick, but now it is Lyron and Precise for the, well...
Hang on.
1v1 now. Evil Scrabble moving in. Oh my god. Ow. That is Unnamed Project coming back up from so many rounds that it is insane. And well, this is really not what we expected to happen. Taiko was just doing so well all around, and Unnamed Project just switched up paces there. They were just like, hey, that's not who we are. This is now how we play. We play extremely fast, and that's exactly what they started to do, getting all the rounds that they needed, and somehow ending it in an 11-13. Just an amazing game, and that just brings that is going to be giving Unnamed Project to a 2-0 spot in the series. They do need only 1 more now to take it with them, but that map we're going to be seeing after the break.
Your will lies deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose. Let's go.
Thoughts can keep you down, pushing deep until you drown, or they can keep you up strong, focused on the now. Glass half full, or has it been emptied out? Well, that's all up to you and your mind. Do you doubt anything, everything, not a thing? Make my thoughts work for me, manifest what I need, what I want, what I see. I could be anything, I attract all the things that I see. I believe I'll achieve as I breathe in and out again and again. I don't doubt, I sit and I plan, and I found out that I can execute if I'm driven, if I listen, if I learn all the wisdom. Read some books, something written, watch the best teacher system I invest. Never hidden, I ain't scared, ain't no chicken, I take dares. I'll be winning, you get back what you're giving. Find the reason that you're living, what you're good at, all your gifts and what you love. Take a risk and find out what you've been missing. Yeah,
Guilt lies deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose. Guilt lies deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose.
Purpose is better than any drug you could ever think. If you know why you're doing something, that's all you need. I wake up ready for the day because I believe in everything that I'm doing, like it was meant to be. I get fixated and captivated on learning things. Don't hesitate to ask questions, the answer that I need. It's out there somewhere, I swear I can find the recipe. By testing, learning, and turning into a better me.
Guilt lies deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose. Guilt lies deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose.
Welcome back once again after that amazing game, and now we are in, well, potentially in for the last map of the series, because hey, Unnamed Project just came back up from such an I wouldn't really call it unwinnable, but it was still pretty hard to do, but they did do it, and now that puts them in the advantage of just, you know, winning one more, taking the entire tournament home. They just need one more with this, but hey, that just puts all the more pressure into Taiko. They were kicked out of the tournament yesterday, but they have been given another chance. They have been given another chance to hold that trophy, get their prize pool, and they really probably don't want to miss out on it. So yeah, they are going to be trying their best for it as well. Unnamed Project probably are not going to be getting it for free, but yeah, we're gonna see what really becomes of it. And what do you think this all is possible for? This all has been possible because of Sam.
Oh, gee, you know, I'm not too sure. Maybe it's like the best CS2 community that we have right now, right?
Maybe.
Plausible Gaming. They are set up on Discord, so you can come through and join the Discord server yourselves. And they have this great LFG app which you can use to help you find gamers to play with, be that for your professional aspirations or just so that you don't have to, you know, queue into randoms in your Premier and Faceit games. we get it. We totally do. So come on through. And another thing that they have, which is really neat, is that they have this like community subscription incentive, right? So you pay a small subscription fee, right? Fair enough. But you get priority registration with tournaments. You get like premium support, premium community server roles. You get a lot of really cool perks. And that registration one is a big one because obviously esports really important to all of us. It's something that's really big in all of our hearts, and it's the perfect way for you to start your very own path to pro. And it all kicks off in the Plausible Gaming Discord server. So make sure you come through, pull in, join up, make some friends, and start your own journey today.
Yeah, definitely do join up, get all the relevant information. But now we have to focus up on the game that we have on our hands. What will really become of this Unnamed Project versus Takeo? Unnamed Project already haven't gotten 2 maps in their pockets with only needing 1 more. And after this, we are actually going to be moving on to, I believe, Anubis it is? Or is it going to be later?
Let me just double check that one. I think
Anubis.
it was, yeah. It's ancient.
Oh,
it is an
right.
A map. You were very close, but it's ancient.
It is an A map. Okay, so we have seen Unnamed Project play on Ancient yesterday, and they were insane at it. They were doing insane stuff, and we might just see them do it again. But probably Takeo are not going to be letting them do that easily, because I have seen Takeo in their first season do really well on Ancient as well. It is kind of their own map. They have their groove on it. They can get back. They can get into that Ancient flow if they kind of want to do so. So yeah, we are going to be seeing if that happens today or not. But still, yeah, Unnamed Project probably do want to end it right here and now. So yeah, there are probably, and it's kind of like Ancient just suits them a lot more, right? Because we have seen the way Unnamed Project plays, right? They are really aggressive all around, and Ancient is kind of the map to do that. Ancient is, you don't really play slow unless maybe you're leading towards A side or whatever. But if you're going B, or if you're going, if you're fighting for mid, you just have to be really aggressive. And as good fraggers as these guys are, Ancient just kind of suits Unnamed Project. It's like the map that they really should be on. So yeah, they do have the playstyle advantage here, but well, we're gonna see how Takeo responds to that too. So yeah, it's really gonna be all visible in a 30 to 40 minutes.
Yeah. We're gonna get those results very, very shortly. We're gonna kick off very shortly as well, and I'm sure everyone is super excited to see what could be our final map, but perhaps we'll get to see a little bit more later on. I personally am looking forward to seeing Unnamed Project on this map again, because yesterday they were terrifying. They ended that map on a 13-3, and it's exactly as you said. It's all about hitting that W key, and if you're on the T side and you are taking that space, and let's face it, chances are Takeo are going to opt to start CT side. It's just kind of the way of most teams. You pick to start CT. So, and I think that maybe teams should be picking T side these days, but that is a take and a discussion for another day. The fact is, most teams do in fact start on that CT side. So that's going to give Unnamed Project a huge advantage in that we already know how good they are on T side, and the only way to stop them is to be counter aggressive. And Takeo really struggled with that in the previous map, and even yesterday, trying to match aggression is very difficult for them. And on a map like Ancient, particularly if you're like playing for mid, you're playing for that early control, you have to be aggressive. So if they're going to allow Unnamed Project to have their way with the map from start to finish, it could be a fairly one-sided affair. We need to see them fight back. We need to see them put up walls of smokes and incendiaries, walls of fire on the floor, stop Unnamed Project from getting aggressive, isolate those duels, and finally give themselves an opportunity to turn things around and maybe even take us to a map 4.
Yeah, definitely is the case. A lot of good util usage needed. No mistakes to be made, because yeah, everything is on stake here. If you lose this, you go home, and Unnamed Project take it home. And yeah, no mistakes. There's just no chance of, there's no chance of a mistake being made, because if you do, you're just gone. So yeah, Unnamed Project, they have everything to win, and take on the other side, just everything to lose as well. So yeah, both teams have to be super cautious of what they're doing. Once again, as we said, it's Ancient, a lot on the line. You're going to be seeing a lot of cave control. You're going to be seeing a lot of mid takes happening. So yeah, we have seen teams that were playing on this map previously. We did see a lot of goofy stuff, I might say, happening, because we saw a lot of smoke pushes that shouldn't have been happening, but they were happening. And if we do see them happening again, it's probably gonna be a little disappointing. But hey, it's still a good thing to see, because that just means that the other team is just reading the opposite team well enough. So yeah, we're gonna see what it all really comes down to.
Yeah, I think that, you know, we talk about the aggression, and yes, it is an important factor. We can't deny that even for a moment, but it needs to be controlled aggression. There needs to be purpose. It can't just be kind of running through and hoping for the best. You need flashes that you can follow up on. You need smokes that can cover your crosses and give you that little bit more cover that you can utilize to get into better positions, so that when you pop out, your position is like completely unknown, right? It's these small things. You need to have that. You need to have that control from start to finish. So loving the aggression, but let's keep it a little bit more tight-knit. I also would like to see, again, I mentioned this on the previous map, but I want to see a bit more of that kind of defaulting, a little bit more of kind of poking and prodding the map. We'll find out, however, if that is to be the case, as now we dive into our third map here for the Plausible Gaming Counter-Strike Season 2 Grand Final. It's all on the line here. It's map point for Unnamed Project, and for Taiko, they're looking for a way to extend their tournament life.
Definitely is the case, and oh boy, look at who's on the T side. It is gonna be Unnamed Project, and well, Taiko, as you said, they're now on the CT side. Unnamed Project going for an insanely fast A side take. I mean, the information is out. I know they're there. The phrase with the lurk and the flash is actually really good, and it's gonna be letting them get a pick out of it. What is Lyron doing? Hello, brother, you were supposed to be on A, not pushing up to Donut, but yeah, he cleared him out fairly easily. RT Mod already up close into Temple. Being held by a lot of people though. Yeah, Unnamed Project is being completely... They're just being flawless right now. The only pick that they really gave away was trying to take mid, and that was really just a trade come through, but otherwise, the 1v1s, the duels, yeah, not a single mistake made there, and that's gonna be their chance to upgrade into AKs. A few MAC-10s probably, but yeah, other than that, looking really good so far.
Yeah, and Unnamed Project have just been really good with pistol rounds in general, and their aggressive play style definitely plays into that. And I think for Taiko, I mean, they struggle even when they have utility. So on a pistol round where you don't have a lot of utility to play off of, they're just at a severe disadvantage. So it's one of those kind of go next scenarios. However, they need to pull the control back in their favor as quickly as humanly possible. And we spoke about that aggression, man. Heelan very nearly getting an opening kill by playing like an absolute demon. Already Unnamed Project just about having overrun this B site.
Already inside B side, Loki trying to fight it off with just a USP, but yeah, what... Oh, never mind. I was gonna say, what can he really do? But look at that. That's what he can do. 2 kills found with a pistol. That is really good. But still, hey, 2 AKs alive, healing. Still pushing up. 1, 2, and the third. Took a little while there, but hey. Still secured. Round 2.
The third was a little bit labored, but the first 2 were beautiful. And again, it comes down to it was pistols. They did manage to get a lot more done than maybe I'd expected them to, and they force Unnamed Project to have to reinvest, you know, a bit more heavily than they would have wanted to into this round. But off the back of that, yeah, they've still got quite a bit of cash to throw around. And if one person has to play on a MAC-10, well, that's okay. They just play tip of the spear. And it's a great role to have, and it's a great weapon to play that role with. Now for Taiko, going for this aggressive mid-control. I like it. Molotovs to stem the tide a little bit, but it does stop them from taking that aggressive control. So now they're going to have to play this perfectly. First kill to come through. It's a great follow-up. Expecting the last, the shots to connect, and Taiko regain control.
For sure now. And in Project, only 2 alive. Can't really do much. They definitely need to save that AK, but can get a lot of value out of it as well if they are able to get a few picks here and there. The Frayed, MAC-10, nothing to be lost, has enough money in his pockets for the next round too. No chances of the bomb going down unless maybe, you know, they lurk inside A, but that's even going to be denied from Donut, so yeah. They are going to do something. It's going to be on B side. That moving in, finding the first pick with a MAC-10 already. Heelan knows there's someone there. There we go. Kill secured. pretty much opens B side. The rotation's coming through. They probably are not worried about the guy coming through highway. Now he knows. This is good. This is doable. This is definitely doable.
Oh, good flash.
A lot of information being given right, left, everywhere. Afraid only if it peaks in time. Yes, sir, he does. He knows one has crossed. The problem is, Takeo, they're not making any surprises. There is not a single factor of surprise there. Prodigy is going to be dealing a lot of damage, but not really securing the kill. Does it eventually, and now this is the third left bomb. Not exactly planted for him, but it is spammable. Long again, and it's a double peak. Well, it's really nice that they went for the double peak. Otherwise, it could have ended really, really differently. But oh well.
Yeah, it's a good retake. A really good retake. I love the fact. Yeah. I love the fact that they've got somebody that pushes through mid to create that pincer. I think that, I can't remember who the bomb planter was, but he swings out trying to kind of become one with the Ferrari. And unfortunately, it doesn't work out. It's almost expected that that's going to happen. So he gets shut down, and he'd already taken a lot of chip damage prior to that. So it puts him in a really, really tough position to maintain any sort of control in there. And then he leaves his teammate in a 1 versus 2. And as you said, 2 players holding that angle perfectly, waiting for that swing to come through. They played that so incredibly well. And Taiko have a chance here to regain some of that control. Already getting that first round on the board. Now this round is imperative. It'll break Unnamed Project's economy, and it'll give them a chance to start building up to something. But look at all of the space all the way up to Red Room. Now Bomb hasn't committed anywhere just yet. This is all just about getting early information and early picks.
Sure. Now, they do have considerable amount of mid control. Not the entirety of Red Room, but a lot of it. And afraid really deep inside Donut. All of them leaning towards A side. That smoke probably isn't stopping anybody. Afraid it's just gonna be the suicide. Follow up. There we go. Side take incoming. 2 kills secured. Only Prodigy getting away with 1 and dying too soon to. It's just amazing. The way they just exploded, there's nothing Taika could have done there. Hey, the retake is to follow now. And as soon as it does, it's on the job to shut it down. Yeah. Just Unnamed Project things. The way they're just exploding on the side is just amazing, and nothing really Taika can do about it.
The crazy part of that is that, like, they don't use a flash or anything to set them up. They're like, okay, guys, 1, 2, 3, swing. And when 4 people swing you, like, what do you think?
Exactly.
Like, and at that point, Taiko hadn't rotated in yet, so they only had like 2 people on the site, and it's like, well, guess I'll die.
Might as well just throw beautifully, guns, yeah.
Absolutely. Beautifully coordinated from Unnamed Project, and they stopped Taiko's resurgence in the dust. Back down onto pistols now. And this is where things get very, very scary.
So they're going to be strong. Prodigy still getting away with 2 hit shots. Do we have team damage enabled? I gotta know. Probably not, because this is being played on Faceit. I don't know. We're gonna check later.
We saw a team kill yesterday.
Oh, we did?
So, yeah, we did. There was a team kill yesterday.
I mean, by util,
maybe it was a... No, I don't think it was util. It could have been, but I don't think it was. But I hear what you're saying. Like, that looked like it should have been a team kill.
Yeah.
That was a bit... Maybe, like, Wibbly Wobbly Spray, the RNG gods were with him. I don't know. Or maybe the team damage is off. I don't know.
Whatever.
It's a good question.
You're back to the full buy round. No mid aggression from Taiko's side, because, hey, they didn't really like having to do the last round. That's a good cave smoke to play around, but... They are spamming it by a lot. It's key. No damage dealt just yet. The problem is they know exactly where he is. They're just spamming him out, and it's only a matter of time. The bullet's connect, and yep, there we go. Lyron's just going to be spamming him out. B-side almost open. There are players to be dealt with in CT, but hey, good enough space to get the bomb down. room. 4 people alive on Taco's side. This is what doable. Hey, Dylan is such a great spot. Look at that! What?
What the hell, brother? He just held M1. Oh, it was such a good flash as well that set him up. Like, he could hear the footsteps. He knew that there was at least one person in front of him. Flash comes out. He swings out of the smoke, and there's just 3 people. Thank you very much. Hold M1, pull the mouse down, and you get 3 for the price of 1. And then the crazy part is the fact that he flicks over to the left and then gets a 4th as well after recovering. Like, it's unreasonable. It's not okay. It's unfair.
Yeah. Nah, exactly. Just shooting range,
M1.
aim labs, or whatever.
Kovacs.
Coax. There you go.
Yeah.
But hey, 1 to 6.
But I mean,
now, once again, another chance for Taco. Yeah, go on, sure.
I was just gonna say anti-eco, right? Like, you get that round over with. You go next.
Exactly, yeah. Nothing much that can be done there. But hey, Unnamed Project, they have already 6 rounds in the bag, which really gives them the upper hand. And we have seen how things have been whenever Unnamed Project have been able to get a lot of rounds early on. The snowball effect on these guys is just way too strong. They just don't let go. But now, Prodigy showing us a slightly different picture early on. That's a good hold. That's a good hold. Take it with the 2 early picks. I mean, the only thing that's really keeping Unnamed Project alive so far is just, getting these early picks, but when it just doesn't happen, they're a bit confused. Good flash, but no, isn't exactly going to be hitting Smokey there. Oh. That was a dink on the head with the AWP, I believe. Well, yeah. This round is pretty much done and dusted for Unnamed Project. They do have a lot of money to work around with, though, so they can probably still, just risk it, go all out, try to get the bomb down, maybe. And, let's try for something. For now, Cautious and Precise exactly knows where the guy is. That's such a good flick to hit. An ankle has been taken down. The Opper is going to keep on aggressing. Is being held by Prodigy, though. Well, is he going to be fast enough? No, the pop flash was extremely good, but still Prodigy is holding just the right angle.
That's unfortunate because they're going to lose the AWP as well. Like, I think that calling for the save there would have been... I mean, you said it right. They've still got quite a bit of cash. So it's not like they're pressed to have to reinvest into that next round. But you wanna keep those funds up as much as possible. But they've got the confidence. They're going to be happy with how that one goes. And I like this change up from Taco. They don't actually opt to fight that aggression. Instead, they go, you know what? Take the space. Have it. The moment you come around a corner, we're going to be waiting. They hold those angles. And Unnamed Project poking and prodding across the map, they step out and they step straight into Taco's crosshairs. And it's a beautiful shutdown. It's one of the few rounds where Unnamed Project don't just kind of full send it towards one site. And Taco take full advantage of that. Perfectly executed. We'll see if they can replicate that here as they're going in for a bit more of that control in towards mid again. And this historically hasn't been the best results.
This could
it's a
be
great... the smoke's still in their face. Oh, there you go.
He just had to jump! Oh my god, that is so smart! He just spots him while he's jumping and then just weighs him down. What a good kill, and just doubling it up, just capitalizing on it. And that just gives them so much more space towards mid. They can now go A, or they can just, go take control of CT. Oh my god, that's amazing. So good to see. But well, they have slowed down considerably.
Yeah, I think that for Unnamed Project, this puts them in a bit of a odd situation because they do have the numbers Oh, disconnect.
Oh no.
That's
So
unfortunate.
unfortunate.
Damage already done. You got to keep going. It's one of those rounds. And that is a heartbreaker, I think, for Takeo, because maybe they could have had a chance to retake if they had those players still alive. But now the last two left going to have to make some magic happen here. Bomb being planted. Catches off Laren. That's a good one. Can't stop that bomb from being planted, though. And now it's just down to 2. And doesn't seem like Prodigy's looking to move on in. Maybe he's going to try and catch this lurker that's coming through mid, but oh no, he's just going to save. He's not even going to try. Like, all right, we've got a DC. Why bother? He's out.
Yeah, they kind of know the fate of RT Mod there. Not quite sure why he was sticking around there, but oh well. Might just be in there for the fun, but it's going to be giving an project the 7th round, and we kind of do hope that Smokey's going to be back soon, because if he's not, Takeo is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Let's face it, they're already in quite a bit of trouble. 7 to 2 now.
Doable, but like, in a 4v5, yeah, done and dusted. Over. Nothing that can be done.
All right, so we do have a pause to come through, obviously. We're going to see if we can get Smokey back into the lobby. Hopefully, he'll be able to sort out whatever issue is plaguing him and be able to meet back with his team as quickly as possible. Because, I mean, we saw Unnamed Project mount a comeback kind of similar to the situation that we're in right now on our previous map. It looked like they were kind of down for the count, and they managed to rally themselves really well. They came back into it, and they looked incredible in those final rounds. So for Takeo, like you said, right, it's not over. It's not a done deal. So we need to just get him back in the server, and hopefully they'll, you know, be able to get something going.
Yeah, for sure, but it's just unnamed. They're just being so aggressive. I mean, hey, it's really, once again, as I said on the other maps as well. I mean, if it's Dust 2, you're taking long. It's kind of a 50-50 take. Now we're in Ancient, you're taking mid. It is, once again, kind of a 50-50. Because you know why I say it's a 50-50? The flashes, I mean, sure, you can throw a spawn flash. There's just a thing that you can flash from spawn, sure. But the timing can just be so random at times that the duels that really just come down are just 50-50. You can't do much about them. And well, Unnamed Project, I mean, they are 50-50 in the sense that whoever's util is actually making an impact. But really, after all that it comes down to is, of course, the actual duel itself. But hey, if you just have a guy who's just entirely standing in front of you, just completely blind, then what can you really do? You just get the kill on him, and you just move on. So Unnamed Project, so far, been doing a really good job on getting kills all over the map, especially mid. There were a few rounds where Takeo were able to actually do some damage onto mid, but weren't really able to follow up with it. But most of the rounds, we've just seen them, Unnamed Project, just being super dominating towards cave, towards mid, getting all the picks that they need. Some of them were just really amazing by far. Like, the last round, was it the last one? Or was it the one before it where we saw the boost kill? That was just amazing for me. It's just something just super nice. Unnamed Project, not really fighting for mid, but just getting those boost kills. Yeah, super nice. And the funny thing is, they aren't really even pressuring from highway, because mid is really a problem for CTs when, you know, the Ts are fighting from mid as well as highway, and that is really when it becomes a problem. But Unnamed Project not really doing that. They're focusing towards B main, they're trying to take cave, and they're also fighting mid at the same time. It's just somehow working out for them. So Takeo, just really need to up their duel game here. Just really need to get those frags in. And yeah, things are probably going to be starting working out for them. But for now, yeah, not really nice. And unfortunately, Smokey hasn't arrived back as well. So,
Yep, still waiting to see if he can make his way back in. So we'll give it a bit more time. I'm not entirely sure exactly how much time he has to get back in, but hopefully it shouldn't take too long, and we'll be able to jump straight back in. Oh, there we go. See, he's back. There he is.
Let's go.
I did just want to so that boost. What I love the most about it is the fact that it's. So I'm not sure if the smoke covering them was intended or expected, but it actually works in their favor because there's like this false sense of security for Takeo where they're like, okay, this is a smoke there. I can turn my back for a second. Let me just check what's happening on the other side. And as you turn your back, you don't realize there's a stack in the smoke. Jumps up, gets that information, and not only gets the information, but can actually call it to his teammate that's across the way so they can set up a crossfire as well. It's
yeah.
the fact that the smoke blooms the way that it does actually works in their favor. Really, really cool stuff. I'd love to see more of that. But now, of course, Takeo still have quite an uphill battle ahead of them. 3 more rounds in this half, and they do need every single one of them if they're going to want some sort of a competitive second half.
For sure, but with that, Smokey now having returned, we are going to be getting back into the game. The scoreline, as you can see, a big gap, but still not too big to recover. Only 5 rounds, definitely doable. An unnamed project. After, you know, kind of having broken their momentum. Well, really good spot to be in. It's going to be finding too early on. And, well, unnamed project stopped there by that Molotov. Or, well, incendiary, but still. Are they going to keep on pressuring? Or are they stopping? Guess not. The boost could be nice. Not really spotted. Nobody knows. Heelan, just stay there, buddy. Definitely are going to be finding someone from there. CT smoked off for now. There's 3 people to deal with. 1 CT on the side and 1 do. Now there we go. He didn't find the first early pick. He was traveled though, still alive on side. Catching 2. Almost 2 off guard. I thought that was going to be 2. That definitely should have been 2. But oh well. It wasn't. And now AIF pushing through the smoke. Unlucky. Not really finding the timing there. And that just leaves Precise all alone. Does have the bomb. But has to fight off 2. Probably has no clue about Smokey, does he?
Is he going B? Tell me he's going B. Oh.
He's trying to find a guy. Maybe a kill somewhere, you know, getting a no-scope in. There we go. Spot it. And shut down. Well,
I mean, he was doomed.
You just give credit. All the credit goes to Swinkle. Getting those 2 early kills in, yeah. Huge.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that, that's what you need from your anchor. You need them to be able to get those early frags so that you can rotate in. You've got enough time to reinforce. It's such an important, pivotal thing. And I think that for Unnamed Project, there is a little bit of overconfidence. And I'm talking very specifically about pushing through a smoke when you have like 20 HP, just thinking, what? No one's going to be... They'll never expect this. Unfortunately, they did. They thought you were going to push the smoke because you are a very aggressive team, and they took advantage of it. You cannot be making mistakes like that if you want to maintain this lead. Oh, the gap in the smoke. Oh, it's so perfect for Evil Scrabble.
They finally when they come back up. Precise, though, finally shooting a shot. Taking down Prodigy, zero offer. Heelan knows exactly where Inkle is. Top lane for him to take him down. RT mod, what is that? I just pushed out a cave and found one. Definitely not something Unnamed Project is happy about. Precise. He's gonna keep on pushing. Just look at how aggressive this guy is with the op. Just never stops. Never let go of his W key.
It's that kind of push that makes that crazy push out of Donut. Like that's what gives them the confidence to do that. What? Ain't no way he corrects so perfectly to get that kill. And now 2 versus 2. Somehow this round is doable. Somehow this round is winnable.
Yeah, Heelan is just dialed in. He flicks his mouth just the right amount, gets the kill. Now trying to open B side, and as soon as he does, as soon as his teammate does, which is Precise, they're gonna move into B side because they know it's open. Now it's a 2v1. It's completely the round turned around, and Precise is not stopping. It's gonna be finding the final kill as well. How do they do this? How did they so meticulously change things around? It's just insane. It's crazy to witness, but that's what Unnamed Project is, and that's what they've been showing us since yesterday, and it's amazing to see, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, one of my biggest criticisms yesterday was how many of these rounds have come down to hero plays. Now, I enjoy watching a hero play. Who doesn't? The hype, the excitement when you see these sick plays and you're just like, there is no way you've done that. However, it's not a great position for a team to be in, relying so consistently on those. Here's a good moment of that. RT mod, free space into mid, gets that opening frag. Can they capitalize? No.
Heelan somehow finds the highway guy pushing up. There was a bit of a confusion there with unnamed project because nobody was fighting mid, right? And the highway guys were also unaware of any mid pushes come through, so definitely should have been wary of that. But hey, slightly have made up for it. So hyper aware of Smokey there, clears him out perfectly, knows where the other guy is as well, and yeah, there you go, completely opening up side for his teammates. And yeah, that's done and dusted. One guy left, that's gonna be Inkwell. Moving into her cave, and it's crazy. Tries to desperately spam, but nothing's gonna connect. Still though, getting a kill out of the offer. That's good.
Definitely an uncharacteristic missed shot there from Recise. But there it is, a 9-3 half in favor of Unnamed Project. That is a difficult one for Takeo to try to come back into. And it's really devastating because they got that opening frag. And okay, it was a very broken buy. They didn't have everything at their disposal that they would have wanted. So that does make it that much more difficult to find the value that they want. And you hate to see it. But for, to Unnamed Project's credit, they continue to find those advantages, to push those advantages, to catch these players on rotations or catch them unawares and really just push into it, drive home the fact that they are the better team. They are the team that's going to win this tournament. And anybody who doesn't believe them, they're going to prove them wrong. That's the mentality that they have right now. And it's really propelling them. It's enabling that confidence to just keep swinging in ridiculous ways, to keep winning fights that maybe they shouldn't be. Because as long as they win those fights, they can win this whole game. They're 4 rounds away from winning our grand final.
Definitely is the case. And well, once again, timeout in place. Looking at Healing. Wait, what? Healing is 19-3 right now? I had to lean
Does
back.
Does that really surprise you?
I mean, no, not. Yes, it does. I mean, it's not a normal. It's 19-3. That is insane.
The only rounds that he has died in have been the rounds that Takeo have won.
Okay, I mean, that makes sense, obviously, but oh boy, that isn't. I didn't notice that until they just showed it on the big screen. Oh well, Let's see if he can carry on that insane KD of his, because Takeo decided to push onto A side. We're doing it. 3 people also coming through main, but no problemo for Unnamed Project because they are killing them one by one. Clean headshots delivered, and this round should be over soon enough. Yeah, just. Oh my god, it's complete domination. It's insane.
I did the maths. Now, normally I say never do maths on stream, but this was fairly easy math, so I feel confident that I am correct.
Okay.
He has an over 6 KD.
Okay. Yeah, that's obviously it just sounds as ridiculous as 1913, so I believe you. I'm not going to calculate that in my head. Yeah, it's just insane. In Project, 10-3, round advantage, definitely there. Pushing down mid, Recise, there we go. Making light work out of 2 guys. Spray downs is perfect. H2IF, also capitalizing on it with a 3rd kill. And this round should be done and dusted soon enough as well. 2 players just tucked inside B main. Nowhere to go, nowhere to escape. Unnamed Project hunting down for them. And there you go. Able to get... Yeah, no, nice.
Yeah. That's
fair enough.
Yep. Sticky situation for Takeo. Okay,
you really can't do much. Come on, it's like
nah. But so it's not just about that round, right? It's about the fact that now it's 11-3. They didn't force into that previous round, which was the right call. I think for a lot of teams there could be a bit of temptation. Even without the bomb plant, there could be like a small part of you that's going, come on, we got to do something. We got to make some magic happen here. So it's good that they didn't opt to do that. So now they have guns. But if they lose this round, it's map and series points. So this has to be perfect. It has to be clinical. The first kill will give them the opportunity that they need, but it's traded out. Despite the flashes, they're still just getting mowed down. Last player left. They cannot make that magic happen. And it is officially map and series point.
And well, the way it is, it doesn't seem like it's gonna be any more difficult for these guys to just wrap it up and take it home. Because I mean, 12-3, they can play around even. Because well, Takeo they have been doing well. They have been doing okay, but they're just being shut down at the end. Somehow, you know, one thing or the other just eventually goes wrong, and Unnamed Project, they're able to just completely take advantage of it, shut it down. Well, as you can see, early kills just being secured. Taiko being stickered to the wall even more and more. Let us see before you go down. Oh, huge scramble. Definitely giving us that, but yeah, pretty much Unnamed Project, as soon as they win this, they are titled the champions of PlausibleGaming Counter-Strike Season 2 tournament. And yeah, amazing performance all across the board since yesterday. I mean, they are new members. This is the first time down Taiko. It's really crazy. What are your overall sentiments once again, Sam?
Yeah, I mean, this is incredibly exciting, right? This is it. These are your Plausible Gaming Counter-Strike Season 2 Grand Champions. It is such an amazing thing. It's a huge feeling for them as well. They've made their way through groups. They've made it through the playoffs. They've made it here today, and they will walk away with that #1 spot. A team that hadn't competed in the last season, that were brand new into this one, and they have made magic happen. Incredible performance. And the two maps that were their picks, absolute domination and decimation. 12-2, 12-3. They showed absolutely no signs of stopping, no sign of slowing down. They gave so much heart, soul, bodies on the line, and they walk away victorious. So they can be incredibly proud of themselves. They can keep their heads held high, and I cannot wait to see them in Season 3.
Definitely is the case, but don't forget this tournament was only possible because of Plausible Gaming. They have been hosting PUBG tournaments and now have moved towards to CS, and we're going to be having more amazing competitive games in the future too. So join their Discord. The link is going to be in the description. You can join up, find all the relevant information that you need, and well, they have amazing stuff such as their LFG bot, just entirely it's simply just an entirely non-toxic community, nothing to miss out, and you get to play in tournaments such as these, get recognized, and maybe someday end on a really big stage that you deserve. So yeah, look out for that. And with that, this concludes the Season 2 of Counter-Strike. We are going to be coming back with more games, so stay tuned for that. You're going to have to join the Discord for that. But yeah, for now, we are done. Me and Sam both are going to be signing off after this. Thank you for tuning in, and see y'all later.
I got all the voters.
I swear to God, I've been at it for a minute. Climbing to the top, and this music was my ticket. Found a way to grind, turn a passion to a business. No limit, I'ma get it, having millions as a witness. I'm addicted to winning, living up every single day. I'll be fighting and building up in a million different ways. I don't think I can stop, I think I need the chase. I love the race, and I'm running till I'm first place. Long nights, long flights, I'ma make it big. Big dreams, big sights since I was a kid. Doing things that I like, let the pieces fit. I like the pain, feel alive when I'm under it. I could change, adapt, do what I need to. All these obstacles,